your best. You are love, yes. You're a positive, motivating force within my life. Should you ever feel the need to wonder why, let me know. 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 Let me know.
Check up, baby, let me know what's up.
If you want to it, ooh boy, you gotta let me know, baby. Gotta let me know. You don't have to worry. If you want to it, baby, gotta let me know, baby. Gotta let me know.
Check up, baby, let me know what's up.
You don't have to worry, no. If you play your cards right, baby,
Hey, on City, Scott Wright, along with the Perry Broadcasting family. Power 103.5 DJ Lendo Bowman, who's spinning live in the building. That's what we do. Also, OKC Sports, I got my man Big J Switch over there with D Wright. So we got the sports family here. I'm here representing Heart and Soul, 92.1, 81140. Hey, now's the time to make your way here because we got some great giveaways coming up. We got the pizza, we got the refreshments. All you have to do is show up and show out. All right, David Stratton and Mitsubishi, 601 Westside 247th Road, Oklahoma City. Holla.
Time to hear the roar of the lion. It's Langston University Sports live game action. All the drama and fantastic finishes right here, right now on your home for LU Sports, the Perry Radio Sports Network.
Good afternoon from W.E. Anderson Stadium on the hill at Langston University this afternoon. It's Langston Lion football presented by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, and Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, OERB, and Tinker Federal Credit Union. Now, the Lions have dropped 2 straight games. Last week, they fell 49-7 against a record-setting performance by the hands of the Texas Wesleyan Rams. Now, the Lions played well early, but the wheels came off in the second half as the Rams' ground attack took center stage. Now, the Lions are now 5-4 overall, 4-3 in conference play, and today is senior day. The emotions will be running high, and we are going to find out how much fight is left in the tank of the Lions this afternoon. With the conference title not in reach and no playoffs in the immediate future, what will carry them today? Will their pride or their love for this senior class and their teammates and this university be enough to get the Lions a win today? Those questions and much, much more to be answered later on this afternoon. The Pioneers from Wayland Baptist are in town for today's matchup. They are 4-5 overall, 3-4 in conference. Last week, they lost a heartbreaker to Texas College, 38-36. This team has been competitive in every game they have played this season, but this team is still learning to win. They have been 1 or 2 plays from winning games and also making mistakes that also sometimes cost them the game. They are young, hungry, and as they surely come into today's game, they see an opportunity to do something that they have really never done. That's beat Langston. There are very few teams left in the Sooner Athletic Conference that have never beaten Langston. Wayland Baptist is one of them. Will today be their day? Welcome to the Langston Kickoff Show, sponsored by the Black Chronicle newspaper. I'm Maurice Prince, and we'll be joined later on by Jamin Dawson. Now, when you don't accomplish your goal, it can be easy to be frustrated and quit, but you've got to find a way to finish the job. If you start something, finish it. Good things come to those who complete the task, because for all reasons there, you had a goal in mind. It didn't say that everything was going to be easy along the way, and this Lion team is going to have to show that this afternoon. Going to talk to a lot of players, a couple of players here in pregame that you get to hear from that have to talk about that difficult issue, because against the conference elite teams this year, the Langston Lions have not fared very well. Now, what kind of mentality must one have to overcome it? That is, you have to be already in the cut. You have to already be in the moment. You already have to understand. Get up, line up, and continue to do what you want to do. Setbacks can lead to your comebacks, and everybody in America knows if someone falls down, we love it when the hero gets back up. So the object here is to show the grit and show the integrity that you have. You don't let those moments define you. If the team chooses not to rise today, will that be an indictment on the coaching staff? Will it be an indictment on the players? Who will get the blame or shoulder it today? And for the guy who's been standing with you in that foxhole, the guy who's been fighting with you all throughout this season, are you going to let them down on the day when you could stand up and make a difference? Those questions and much, much more have to be answered today. In a game like this, it's going to be early that you stay away from that ever close precipice of when you have to let the rope go. That's the one thing we don't want to see here today, this afternoon at Anderson Stadium. We want to see fight. We want to see grit. We want to see L's up all this afternoon and let this season end on a positive note. Regardless of what you've been through, you want to finish that way. But building an early lead is important. You want to be in the game. Don't give them the game early. Don't give away the opportunity you have to end the season the way you wanted to, and have that feeling at least at the end is, hey, man, we didn't have what we wanted, but we finished it the way we needed to. The field is in great condition, and the game time temperature should be about 71 degrees and will likely hold steady all afternoon long. Now, the winds, now let me tell you, since we've been here, we've seen some pretty heavy gusts overall. The winds have come in and started gusting now about 30-plus miles an hour. When we first got here today, it was about 10 to 20. But now all of a sudden, and that open plains here at Anderson Stadium, that wind is coming in, and it is whipping, let me tell you. It's going to be interesting to see how that affects the kicking game and also how it affects field position a little bit later on. In the second season for the Wayland Baptist Pioneers, head coach is Marcos Hinos, is the coach for them. And the head coach for the Langston Lions in his 10th season is, of course, head coach Quentin Morgan. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the other side, it'll be time to get into this game, break down some more details, and get all the information you need to get you set for an awesome game. Now, if you're listening on your radio, thank you so much. I know you're still on your way to David Stanley Mitsubishi to take part of those great deals going on there with Scott Wright and all our other Perry affiliate stations today. But I'm here to tell you also, if you're on your way to Anderson Stadium, come on out here too. There's going to be a nice crowd today, good food, and a good game to see here this afternoon. But if you're listening on your radio, thank you. But you can watch this game by pulling up the app, PPBC TV, and join us right here at the stadium. We'll let you see it. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We'll be right back on the other side. This is Langston Lion Football.
New message.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Over 30% of COVID survivors could experience PTSD, but many veterans have extreme cases of PTSD all their lives. Our most vulnerable veterans remain isolated at hospitals, scared and alone. But you can help. Help Heal Veterans with the support of citizens like you. Creates and distributes therapeutic art and craft projects for our veterans and military at no charge to them. Learn how you can help an isolated veteran through this desperate time. Visit healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans, a not-for-profit organization that has been helping veterans for over 50 years. healvets.org.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Big players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have anybody to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Marie, is that you?
Oh, hi Barb. How you doing?
Better now. Did you know we had a little health scare with Jeff?
Oh no, what happened?
Well, he had been short of breath and was really tired a lot of the time. He just thought he was getting old and was out of shape, but it turns out it was heart valve disease.
How did you figure it out?
He finally went to the doctor, and she was able to listen to his heart and detected the problem. I didn't realize it, but heart valve disease is more common than you'd think. They were able to replace the valve, and he's feeling so much better now.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
More than 5 million Americans are diagnosed with heart valve disease every year, but most people know nothing about the condition, and it can be deadly if untreated. That's why it's important to listen to your heart and ask your doctor if your symptoms may be due to heart valve disease or if you're at high risk. A message brought to you by Heart Valve Voice US. For more information about the symptoms and treatments for valve disease, go to heartvalvevoice-us.org.
KRMP, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, a Perry Broadcasting Station. You're listening to Langston University Football on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Welcome back to Anderson Stadium and the Black Chronicle LU pregame show. Maurice Prince getting ready to bring you up to kickoff. We're officially about 6 minutes away overall. So before everybody and who's listening to us from other areas of the country, I'm going to say that because there's probably a good amount of Wayland Baptist fans that is here. I said Langston has never, Wayland has never beaten them. Well, that's mostly true because if you go back in the history, today is the 13th meeting in the series. But way back in 2013, there was a game played on this same day about 10, basically back in 2013, in which Langston won the game 33-0. But later was found that Langston had an illegal player participating in the game that day or had not been cleared. Therefore, it was a forfeit. So technically, Langston is 12-1 against Wayland all time, but they did not actually beat them on the field of play. So that's where that is. I don't want any controversy started off by what I said in the broadcast booth. But however, last year's matchup was a turning point could be in this series. Wayland jumped out to a 9-0 lead early in this game, and from there, injured quarterback Torrance Bardell didn't play in this game, and backup quarterback Omari Milton went to work. He would lead 2 scoring drives with 2 TDs to Levon Williams to give the Lions a 14-12 lead at the end of the first half, but Omari wasn't done. In the third quarter, he added a passing touchdown, and in the fourth quarter, he would run for one more, and the Lions would win 27-19. But as so many teams in the course of playing Langston, things are a little different now than what they used to be. What I mean by that is there is movement in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Just as there is parity in Division I football when you have different teams coming up making different things happen, the parity is now setting in also across on the NAIA level. What do I mean is, if you look at the Sooner Athletic Conference standings overall, you will find that the standings have teams that normally have been, I will say, cellar dwellers or have not achieved a lot, now finding them in competing in the middle ranks of the season. So what I'm saying here, you've got teams coming into the standings today. If the season ended right now without this game being played, Langston Lions would finish behind Texas College. Texas College would be number 3 in the conference right now. And for longtime Langston listeners, you know that is like unheard of. If you've been in the Big 12, it's now starting to get used to seeing teams like Kansas competing. If you're in the SEC, it's seeing teams like Vanderbilt win against big program teams and big teams that you've never heard that before. It's like the run Indiana is having in the Big 10 right now. So that's how unusual it is overall for a lot of us. So that's how crazy it is. Texas Wesleyan right now is the division leader. OAS, or Ottawa, is the division number 2 in the conference standings right now, then followed by Texas College and then Langston, Panhandle State, and then you'll find Wayland Baptist. Louisiana Christian then sits there behind Nelson, and then Arkansas Baptist bottoms out the standings overall. So a lot of things have to change in terms of the layout of the conference. So expect a lot of things to change on the field today. This Wayland Baptist team has been one that has competed all season long. They have not always won the games, but they have been in every game for at least a half of football. And for a program that has not had a lot of success over the last few years, that's a tremendous step. And in his second year, Coach Hinos has done a tremendous job in leading his team to that. So Wayland is going to come in here today with something to prove, something to take, and they have something to show. Where on the Lions, on the standpoint here, they had aspirations of a playoff run, aspirations of a conference championship, and then you turn around and find yourself not in that position. So today, I think it's going to be interesting to find out what kind of heart they have today. Let's go ahead and bring in my host, Jamin Dawson, in right now. Jamin, my co-host today. Jamin, you know, when you looked at this matchup today, Langston really, you know, they always bring up that college thing that you don't have much to play for now. So how does this Langston Lion team need to respond today to go ahead and get things ready to go? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's really all about pride here. I mean, you had 3 straight road games. That's a tough feat for anybody. You win the first one, you drop the last 2, but you're back at home now, and you're playing for a lot of these seniors. I mean, we talked about this defense, how many seniors they have, and how vital they've been to this defense. So you want to see them come in and compete against a Wayland Baptist team, as you mentioned. They've been in every game. They've lost 2 games by 1 score. So this is a team that's going to fight, and I think they're both fighting for this last win.
No doubt about that. So we're going to go ahead and drop the last break of pregame, and instead what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and let you hear from today's player to watch. And today's player to watch is none other than the senior defensive captain of the all with a delay handoff right, not up the middle, and a good stop by the Langston defense after a gain of a couple of yards. Once again, Damon Ford getting his number called early and often in this game. So when you start talking about Wayland Baptist overall, they are probably going to try and take a page out of what Langston has seen the last couple of weeks and look to try and find an advantage early in this game, Jamin, to try and basically give the defense to let go of the rope.
Right, and they go 2 straight running plays. You talk about Damon Ford, the athlete he is, 5'6". That's going to be hard to contain such a small back behind this offensive line.
Oh, they saw this last week. Ernest Cesar's every bit. He fit under your kitchen counter. He was 5'4", going to work, throwing the ball across the middle on a slant route, and the catch is going to be made for a Wayland Baptist first down. That catch was made by number 8, DeQuan Green, the wide receiver out of Houston, Texas. And they have a lot of young weapons on the outside there. The quarterback for the Wayland Baptist Pioneer getting the start today is Brian Roeder, getting the start for them this afternoon. Roeder is a sophomore, one of the young guys today, 5'10", out of San Antonio, Texas. 3 receivers, twins right. Ball to snap. Roeder, little RPO action, is going to hand the ball off to number 1, Jalen Reed. Jalen Reed Gets a little bit of yards to the outside there, a gain of about, 6, 7 yards. So the stop is going to be made there right at the Langston 43-yard line. 12:43 to go before the end of the first quarter. 0-0 is the score. Senior day here at Anderson Stadium. So we're set to go now. They haven't reset the play clock yet, and I'm not sure why. Okay, the officials now are set live for action. Here we go. 4 receivers in tight. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand the ball off to Ford, and a great job in the backfield goes Madre Strother. Madre Strother comes in and cuts him down. Loss on the play back to the LU 45-yard line, setting up 3rd down and what will be 8 yards or 7 yards to go there, Jamin.
Right, and the defense is getting a feel for this offense. Seeing that they love running the football, they dial up the blitz there on 2nd down, sending 6.
So seeing Madre Strother play the line, I think that's something that the Lions are going to have to do today. Without Kylan Mosley, and Mosley is a big hitter, but more importantly, he was a good safety net behind the defensive line. Without him, a lot of guys have to step up and fill that role. They're going to swing the ball to the outside, and Damon Ford can't hold on to the pass. So that pass by Roeder is incomplete, so it's going to be 4th down here, and decision time coming up for Coach Hinos, senior. So they're going to go ahead and punt the ball, so nice job by the Langston defense. They gave up a short field with a short kickoff, a pooch kick. They started this drive at the 41-yard line, and now the Lions are going to punt this ball away, and Michael Nash standing at the Langston 10-yard line. And they are kicking into the wind this afternoon, so this easily could drift into the end zone of the Gus. He gets it high in the air, and Michael Nash calls for it, and it's going to fall right there at the 10-yard line. So going to work. Here comes the senior on his own right, Torrance Bardell. Going to trot out on the field this afternoon. On the season, Torrance Bardell, 2,432 yards throwing this season. And for those who keep score at home and listen to the broadcast all the time, in terms of single-season passing records, he passed in the last game the great Danny Lowry, who set the record back in 2008, number 2 for highest passes, single-season passing record all season long. He had 2,407. And now Bardell sits at the number 2 spot at 24-32. Bardell's going to put it up. Has a receiver open in the middle of the field. Tyler Travis is going to catch the ball at the 40-yard line at gain of 30 yards. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston at the 40-yard line. Torrance Bardell set to start some fireworks this afternoon. Hopefully we can see that.
Right, you want to see him pick off where he left off with some of those electric games. Last week they shut him out. He didn't get in the end zone, had interception, but the 2 games before that, 9 touchdowns. Nice
job of moving moving Tyler Travis. He is a great, he can make catches and make plays with his hands out in as a receiver. Bardell now calls his own number. Quarterback draw. Bardell to the outside to midfield. He's still tiptoeing down the sideline and steps out at the Pioneer 48-yard line. However, there is a flag on the play. And it's in the area of holding. We'll see if that actually stands right now. The officials seem to be indicating that. And let's see if that's what the call is right now. And it is holding against the Lions. So the holding penalty against the Lions is going to back it up a little bit. Of course, it's a spot foul, so that moves the ball inside the 35 back to the 33-yard line. So 1st down now. And what will be, we can say about 17 to go. 3 receivers, twins right. Ball is snapped. Bardell is going to hand it. No, he's not. Quarterback draw again. Worked once, let it run again. And Bardell, with a gain of about 10 yards, takes the ball up to the 43.
Right, you see them elect to go run again. They went empty the first time, just a little handsy. We're going to see some holding calls here. That's just one of those things that the Lions have to overcome. But Torrance Bardell, very dangerous when you get him on the run.
Now, we don't see this happening too often, but there's been a substitution in on the Langston line of scrimmage there. Number 77 for the Lions have stepped out of the game right now. That was Marquette Seaton who comes out of the game. He's holding on to his thigh a little bit here, so let's see if he gets that stretched out. Tyler Travis gets his number called, spins out on one attack off the 40, puts his foot in the ground and runs upfield for a gain of maybe 1 because he had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. So the ball's at the 44-yard line, 3rd down and what will be 6 yards to go. 9:51 to go in the first. 0-0 is the score.
Right, you pull those guards there to that left side. They're trying to run it, but they're already feeling the pressure. Tyler Travis tries to redirect, not losing too many yards there.
So 3rd down, and the Lions look like let's see here what they come out in. Tyler Travis is out there, but Tyler Travis will line up as a receiver every now and then. So the Lions go 4 receivers, trips to the right. And then now, ball is snapped. Going to put it to work. Bardell has a receiver to the outside. It's Gerald Martin who makes the reception, but did he get his feet in? So they said he did not get it in. They said he did not get it in right there. So he did not get a foot down. He might have, he thought he made the catch, but he didn't get his feet down.
Right, and that's vital there. But that was a good play call with the trips to this right side. They run pick routes, so 2 defenders run into each other, and that frees up Gerald Martin there.
So doing work right now. So 2 receivers split. Now, I'm sorry, Langston's going to punt this ball away right now, and Wayland looks like they're going to sell out to block it. And Octavio Resendez does get it, and it takes a nice Lion bounce, and it will be downed right there at about the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10, Wayland Baptist from that spot. So 1st and 10, Lions. 9:05 to go. This is Langston Lion football right here, right now. So this is what – all right, going back to work now. Wayland Baptist is got 4 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun formation. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand the ball off. And for a short gain is again, they look determined to make Damon Ford a big part of their offense this afternoon, Jamin.
Right, and when you think about it, they're not starting their usual starter, which is sophomore, Davian Huadiardo, and he's played quite a lot this season, but you see they're bringing in Brian Roder, so they're going to have to trust the run and open this offense up a little bit to get them comfortable.
Well, in the game against Texas College, I was not sure about Guardo's availability. He got banged up in that game. Did not see how he would progress this week, but they're going with the young guys this week. 4 receivers this week. Split, and Roder's going to put the ball up, has a receiver open. Too much air underneath it as number 8 could not track that down. That, of course, is Daquan Green, and he was not able to make the reception. The wide receiver sophomore from Houston, Texas. He had a step on the play, but was not able to get separation from Trey Odom that time.
Right, we talked about this offense opening up and getting comfortable. You let it open up with the run, then you take a deep shot there on 2nd down.
Yeah. Now, again, Langston has been known to be very engaged in the first part of these games. So they have always played well, but can they do it for 4 quarters? That's been one of the mantras this week. So Amon Gill applies pressure and forces on the screen pass to be released a little early, but Damon Ford makes the reception. He's got enough yards. It could be enough for a 1st down depending on the spot. They're saying roll the clock here, so I'm going to say it looks like he's going to step out of bounds right there at about the 28-yard line. So 4th down at about 2, 7:50 to go. But they did not say he ran out of bounds. It's kind of hard how that works to me, Jamin, from time to time. When the out of bounds thing is, did you get forced out or did you step out? It's kind of weird.
Right, but you got to take that time and you got to get it right.
So they're going to punt the ball away, and Michael Nash is standing at the LU 30-yard line. Kick is away, up in the air. It's loft, and the Lions are going to down it. Leave that to good old senior Travis Martin, who's going to down the ball right there at about the 31-yard line. So time for the Lions' 2nd possession of the afternoon. The Lions came out. We saw it with a big play with Tyler Travis early in that first drive. So now Langston, the issue to me now, Jamin, here is that Langston needs to continue to find a way to keep them off balance, establish a run game, and open up the vertical pass game. We know that the Lions are very capable of doing that, and we'd like to see Bardell have one of those firework games tonight.
Right, absolutely. He's a senior. They've done a good job in that first drive, just opening up the field and hitting those soft spots in their zone.
5 wide now, trips to the right. Ball is snapped, and now they're going to put it up. And now Bardell steps up, fires to the outside, and the catch is going to be made right at about the 50-yard line. Jumping up and making a great catch for the Lions is Rorick Hawkins. Rorick Hawkins is a playmaker. If you can find him in a package out there, he's 5'6". He's a sophomore from Houston, Texas in his own right. But he's going to get the Lions a first down at the Wayland Baptist 49-yard lines. Oh, they already did it, but we could still say it. Move those chains. First down, Langston. 3 receivers, twins to the left for Bardell. Ball's on the right hash. Ball snapped. Bardell going to fire it. Tyler Travis leaves this time without the bacon. Tyler hits his chest saying he know that was on me. He saw the ball and was looking up the field and took his eye and did not do the one thing you're supposed to do is catch it.
Right, you just got to reel it in. He saw himself trotting in the end zone already. You got to slow it down a little bit early in this game.
No score as of yet. 6:46 to go. Second down and 10 for the Lions. Ball at the right hash at the Wayland Baptist 49-yard line. 3 receivers, twins right. Bardell calls Gerald Martin in motion on the jet sweep. Gerald Martin cuts up the field, and Gerald Martin's going to get a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Going to be brought down at the Pioneer 45-yard line. So third down and about 6 is what we can say. Clock continues to run. Lions swap out personnel now. Logan Brown checks out of the game and into the game now for the Lions. Demarie Hamilton. So Hamilton and Tyler Travis will be on the field for this next play. So that means 2 backs, 3 receivers, twins right. 10 seconds to snap the ball, plenty of time. Bardell in set, drops back. Bardell feels the pressure, decides to run. Bardell's got a lane, and he runs out of bounds, and will have enough for a Lion first down inside the 40. Going to mark that at the Wayland 36-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. 5:50 to go before the end of the first quarter.
Loving their scheme here on third down. This time you put Dalen Jordan out there one-on-one, and then you send out the running back as well, freeing up some space. That was a good decision to take off and run by Torrance Bardell.
And the Lions need to get some confidence on third down. Over the course of the season, they're 35.3 on converting third downs on the year. So getting some first downs and completing them early is a big, big deal. Going to work right now. Bardell is going to put it up, has a receiver open. Tyler Travis makes the over-the-shoulder catch and is going to be dragged down inside the 10-yard line. What a play by Tyler Travis. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. What a job that time by Tyler Travis as he makes a great over-the-shoulder catch. I mean, that was impressive considering the one he dropped was they would call it a bunny because it was right there in his basket.
Right, but you got to give it right back to him. You saw what they did on the first drive. He's going to be really impactful in this passing game. They run the RPO. They ran it to the boundary the last play. This time they run it to the field.
All right, first and goal for the Lions, and they are inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They come out with 3 receivers. And they're going to toss sweep or try to get it to the outside, and this time nothing doing, and a flag comes in from the back, Judge. He got that thing high in the air. That flag was flying in as if it was a kite or something there.
Yeah, he's trying to show everybody he still got it. There's an arch on that flag.
Is that something that we strive for the officials to do? Don't just get the flag out there. Throw it up high so we can see it.
Show us what you got.
So as it stands right now, looks like the penalty is going to be against Langston. Okay, so it's illegal. It's a blindside block called against the Lions, and that's the ugly penalty. So that's a 15-yard walk-off from the original spot, so it's going to put it at the 23. 4:32 to go before the end of the first. So it's first and goal from the 22. The Lions come right now with 4 receivers. Trips left. Tyler Travis in the backfield, single back. Ball is snapped, and now they're going to throw the ball in the slant route, and that pass was nearly intercepted. He tried to get in the hands of Kevin Allen. Pass incomplete. And speaking of Kevin Allen, For those who listen to Langston broadcast all year long, Kevin Allen is officially 78 yards away from the single-season receiving record. So Kevin Allen has had a tremendous career here at Langston, and he's having a sensational season.
Right, you want to just continue to find creative ways to get a player like that the ball, especially in his last games.
All right, so they're going to swing it. Catch is going to be made. Ball taken down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Reception that time is made by Dalen Jordan. The sophomore from Lancaster, Texas, makes the reception for the Lions. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 19, or actually from the 20. Let's correct that spot. So in this particular case right now, you play smart here. To me, this is the screen area. Get the ball in the middle of the field. Try to get Octavio to get a chance to put it up and try to get a field goal today. 5 wide, empty set, trips left. Calls Tyler Travis in motion, who lined up in the slot. Tyler Travis is in the flats. He's wide open. He's going to throw the ball over the top. And too much air on that pass. Over there in the corner area was also Victor Boggs and Tyler Travis. So in this situation here, you might just consider going for it, even though it's end zone or nothing. But even though it's 4th down and goal from the 20, unless you want to kick into the wind. So I guess Quentin Morgan wants to think about it. So a timeout has been called, and we're going to take one here as well. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by LU Athletics, the Block Chronicle newspaper, OERB, Tika Federal Credit Union, and Community Health Centers of Oklahoma.
Hey, Old City, what's happening? Jermaine Wildchild, Scott Wright. We're broadcasting live, David Stanley, Mitsubishi. West Side 37th Road here in Oklahoma City. Beautiful day for car shopping, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to start with the top quality pre-owned vehicles. They have an entire lot dedicated to that. Some of these cars start just right under.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
405-869-5500, taking the beat to the street. The Wild Child, Scott Wright, holler.
Let's get back to the game and more LU sports.
Back to live action. So Torrance Bardell gets the snap. No one was open deep, and he was forced to take, well, he got to the line of scrimmage, but turnover on downs, and it will be 1st and 10. Actually, he's going to lose about 4 yards on the play. So a sack on the play, loss of 4, turnover on downs, 1st and 10 Wayland. And Wayland with a nice crowd here that made the drive from Plainview, Texas on the other side of the sideline here. And they got a chance to cheer early on as they turned the Lions away. So again, Wayland Baptist trying to make history today and beat the Lions, something they have not really ever done. 2 backs, 3 receivers, twins left, or twins right, I should say. Ball to work now, trying to get the ball to the outside. This time someone other than Damon Ford with the carry. It is Jalen Reed, the wide receiver, the junior wide receiver from East St. Louis, Illinois. So he's going to lose about 5 yards of real estate on the play. So 2nd down and 14.
It's Travis Martin there on the stop as they run it to his side.
And what I've said it many times, Travis Martin has become the complete defensive back. He doesn't just make plays in the passing game. He will come up and support the run game. 4 receivers this time, 2 split on either side. Ball is snapped, and Rhodes is going to throw it to the outside. Catch is made. He makes one Lion miss, takes the ball out to the 30, nearly to the 31-yard line. Reception made by number 14, that is Brendan Strickland. And on the year, Brendan Strickland is their 3rd top pass catcher. He had coming into the game, he had 18 catches for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns overall. 4 receivers now, 2 split on either side, single back, Damon Ford in the backfield. Rhodes is going to take off on his own. Ford with a downfield block. Rhodes is still on his feet, trying to get to midfield and wisely runs out of bounds before taking a big hit right about the 48-yard line. It's going to be a big play for the Pioneers. Damon Ford came out like he was going to catch a screen pass there, Jamin, and then decided to go down and make a block, and he did a good job of slowing down the pursuit from Lions linebacker Braylon Hood Colbert, and was able to get a gain around him.
Right, he did a great job. I mean, that block was key in the success in that quarterback run there.
3 receivers, Twins left. Rhodes in shotgun formation. Or Roeder, let me make sure I get the name correct. Ball is snapped. Roeder's going to fling it to the outside. Catch is made by Josiah Brown. And Brown takes the ball into LU territory down to about the LU 49. So a gain of 4, second down and 6.
All right, quick screen there, but that was a great job by Trey Odom stepping up in the defensive backfield, making that tackle.
So Roeder, the quarterback, the sophomore, coming in today, getting a start. 3 receivers, Twins to the right. Ford in the backfield, less than a minute to go in the first quarter. We have no points on the board. 42-0, 44 seconds left in the quarter. Going to hand the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes finds Roeder, I'm sorry. Ford gets the call, and Ford is going to bring it down close to a first down, and according to the officials, it is enough for a Pioneer first down at the Langston 43-yard line. So 19 seconds on the clock. Clock is running again, so let's see if we'll get one more snap. 10 seconds on the game clock. 4 receivers, trips right, 7 seconds. Ball is snapped. Roeder with the ball fake. He's going to put it up. Has a receiver open. He gets behind the defense and is going to get into the end zone for a Wayland Baptist touchdown. Josiah Brown into the end zone for a touchdown. The junior product from McKinney, Texas, getting to the end zone for the touchdown. Nice job by Josiah. And I said Josiah Brown. It's Josiah Barron. Josiah Barron with the reception there. Makes the reception and catches his 8th touchdown of the year.
All right, now it's just nice execution there by Wayland. They took a good amount of time off the clock. They got the snap off with enough time to execute a play, and they've been doing a fantastic job mixing their formations, keeping this defense off balance.
Leo Marini gets the kick through the uprights, and Wayland Baptist leads 7-0. We'll be right back. This is Langston Line Football, brought to you by the Block Chronicle newspaper, Tinker Federal Credit Union, OERB, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and LU Athletics.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Downs and a Josiah Barron 43-yard touchdown reception coming from Brian Roeder for the touchdown. So a high end over end kick is going to be fielded by the Lions. That is Jalen Pelrin making the reception. He got that at about the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10, Langston from that spot. So what we wanted to say here is play fast and score early. So right now, Wayland Baptist has made the first move, and I don't want – basically, we need to see the Lions put some points on the board. It kind of needs to happen. I think good things will come to the Lions if they continue to stay involved in the game. I think if the Lions kind of disconnect or disengage a little bit, the likelihood of letting go of the rope becomes more of a reality.
Right, you got to keep grips in this game here. You would talk about empty drives, something that Langston can't withstand to stay in this game.
All right, going to work, Tyler Travis. A run up the middle and maybe a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. There was good penetration up front, led by number 40 for Wayland Baptist, Jackson Laudermilk. He is a linebacker, of course, from Andrews, Texas, and he has the one. You know, anytime you get a name with like a bunch of syllables and words together, like Laudermilk, it just sounds like a linebacker.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Andrew, Texas, man, he's been ready.
You
to
say
play
Laudermilk,
football.
you're like, what do you play? You play football. I could see that. I mean, that's just the kind of name that is. Empty right now. 5 receivers. Trips to the left. Bardell calls for it. Bardell's not going to take off up the middle. Finds a crease. Bardell going to get cut down, but after a nice gain on the play at the 40-yard line. So it'll be a gain about 7, so 3rd down and 3. And to me, the Lions need some tempo. I mean, the tempo really works well for them, and it's less likely that they can take an advantage of an opponent when you keep and maintain your tempo.
Right, absolutely. And 3rd and manageable here. They run this trips to the left. We've been successful, yet unsuccessful on some of these 3rd downs. Schemed up well, nonetheless.
Okay. Bardell calls for it. He's going to hand it to Tyler Travis. Travis sneaks through and gets into the 2nd level of that defense, and will get a Langston 1st down at the Pioneer 49-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston.
You like to see them stick with the run there on 3rd down. They've elected to pass quite a bit, but now we're finding some success here in this run game.
So the ball at the 49-yard line, 13-18 to go before the end of the 1st half in this one. Langston down 7, but on a good drive right now. They just got to continue to build on it. So to work right now, 4 receivers. Make that 5 receivers. Trips right. Bardell calls Rorick Hawkins in motion in the formation. Bardell looking for time, looking. And Bardell's going to finally let it go. Has a receiver open, and he makes the catch inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Nice catch there by Dalen Jordan, and we'll get a Lion 1st down at the at the 7-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston. Dalen Jordan, the sophomore from Lancaster, Texas, pulls one down out of the sky. A jump ball. Bardell bought time, and before he stepped out of bounds, let one go pretty right down the sideline for a gain of about 40-plus yards on that play.
Right, he's doing a good job extending that play, getting out of the pocket.
All right, Tyler Travis right up the middle this time, and he hammers his way into the end zone. Is a stop action? The officials.
Looks like he slipped right through there.
So let's go ahead. L's up. Touchdown, Langston. I didn't see any. Did you see anybody put their hands up?
It was smooth as butter. I didn't see it. I think it happened so fast, the referees really didn't know to confirm or not.
All right, so the Lions get in the end zone off a 7-yard run for Tyler Travis into the end zone for the touchdown. So nice job that time. So now Octavio Resendez out to put in the extra point. And the extra point attempt is true. And the Lions have tied this game up at 7 on a nice answer drive to the Wayland Baptist first score. We'll be right back. This is Langston Lion football.
Hey, okay, it's Commander Wild Child. Right, of course, we've talked about all the vehicles that we have here at GSM. But not only that, if you're worried about a down payment, don't even worry about that either. Don't even worry about your credit. They have down payment programs. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. So you qualify for one of these that will take care of your down payment. So, like I said, we're doing all that plus great rebates on our floor models and our top quality pre-owned vehicles. Like zero down on those, by the way. So, come in and hang out with my man, the Hawk, or just call it here, 405-869-6500. Take the beach to the street, got right.
Let's get back to the game and more LU Sports.
You can still go down there if you're in the city listening to this game and turn the game on in your new car at David Stanley Mitsubishi. Scott Wright down there selling cars. I'm going to have to talk to his boss, Large Father Monday, about, maybe Scott, needs to be, selling cars more often. Scott sounds just like a car salesman right there, doing every bit of job on that. All right, getting back here to live action. Octavia Resendez set to kick the ball. For those who's just tuned in, Langston drove the field 67 yards on 5 plays with Tyler Travis scoring it in for the touchdown. But there was a tremendous play in that game as that touchdown, setting up that play, was a catch by Dalen Jordan for about 40 yards that set that touchdown in action there. So Bardell in the game right now has over 123 yards, and he's been sharp early on, 5 of 9 for 55% completion. The ball drifts into the end zone on the Octavia Resendez kickoff, and it will be 1st and 10 now from the 25-yard line, I do believe, for Langston. If it goes into the end zone, they start at the 25, but we'll verify that. But what was most impressive to you about that last drive?
I mean, just the response overall. Turnover on downs, then Wayland scores, but we do a good job airing it out there and mixing those formations. You send Warwick Hawkins in motion, which adds an extra blocker, which buys Torrance Bardell a little more time. He gets out of the pocket. He does a good job finding Dalen Jordan downfield. We talk about young guys being involved in the interview, and it seems like they're ready today.
All right. So now the Lions are going to have to identify Josiah Barron. That young man now with that last touchdown catch has over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. So he's been very impressive overall. 4 receivers now. And just to let everybody know that the best matchup in the game right now is Travis Martin against Josiah Barron on the outside over there. So now a nice run play here by Ford. Ford is still trying to move and tries to spin ahead and gets a gain of about 8 or 9 yards. He just kept moving the pile. You know, those low-to-the-ground guys, you got to really hit them, and you got to get low and lay into them, because when you hit them high, they tend to spin off and act like, you know, they act like they're too pretty. I mean, that's just the way that is, Jamin, for those guys. Of course, you don't have that problem. I mean, what are you, 6'8"?
Nah, I'm about 6'2", man. It came a little late for me, man.
Going to work, he's just 6'2". 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Ball is snapped. Roeder, ball fake. Armani Wise applying pressure, going to throw the ball deep. And contact this time. Isaiah Smith. Contact down the field. They let him play that time.
Yes,
they
did.
They tried to get it in the hands that time of Brendan Strickland. I'm sure the Wayland coaching staff's not going to like that one, because Isaiah, by the spirit of the rule, he didn't violate it, but he made contact and he didn't turn around to the ball.
Right. Usually that's a gimme for those referees. They're looking for that.
So now going to work. 3rd down and 1. They took the shot. So now we're going to see if Damon Ford's going to get it. 3rd down and 1, the Lion defense. There is 10 in the box. And in the backfield, Armani Wise gets down there and takes him down right there at about the 32-yard line. What a play by Armani Wise, getting low. Little John would have been happy on that one, as he brings him down for a loss of 2. Is going to force the Pioneers to punt.
Right, you talk about Damon Ford and how much of a weapon he is. I mean, he's a short back, but he's built for it tough. They go for it with 3rd and 1 there, and that was a great stop by senior Armani Wise.
Okay, you thought I caught that there. You know, Damon Ford, he's built for it tough. I got you. That was nice. That was really nice. I have to give it to you on that one. Michael Nash standing back inside the Langston 30, low kick. And the ball is going to roll down at about the 39-yard line. To be technical, that particular kick had some backspin on it. So when it hit the ground, it kind of did a slow roll. It was one of those things, had the Lions thought that might have occurred, you could have had the ball really back in Pioneer territory. But unfortunately, it did not run for them in that way. So the ball is now sitting at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Langston from that spot. Bardell back on the field, 5 receivers. 5 wide, trips right. 10:27 to go before the end of the first half. 15 seconds on the play clock. Bardell calls for it. Steps up in the pocket. Feeling the pressure, unloads. Has a receiver open. Gerald Martin takes a shot, but he holds on to the ball. In Pioneer territory at the 49-yard line, a gain of 11. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston. Langston's passing game continued to heat up as Bardell is letting his sunlight shine in his arm today.
Right, we've seen a lot of explosive plays when we run empty, so that was a good job maneuvering and stepping up in the pocket and finding an open target.
9:55 to go before the end of the first half. 5 receivers, trips to the left. Bardell in shotgun, of course. Inside slot comes in motion, setting up quads to the left. Deep pass over to Victor Boggs. That pass is a little bit too much air underneath it. Boggs was the intended target. The defense that time was well played by Tyrone Morgan. The freshman from Wichita, Texas, did a good job of putting space between him and the sideline, so not giving Victor Boggs much real estate to work with there.
Right, really trying to air it out here today. That's what it seems.
So as it stands right now, 3 receivers, Twins left, second down and 10. Bardell calling for it. Kevin Allen comes in motion across the formation. Going to hand the ball off over to Tyler Travis. Travis is still on his feet, and Tyler Travis will not go down until he gets to the Pioneer 40-yard line. A gain of 9. So 3rd down and 1. So nice job there by Tyler Travis, who's running, looks like a little bit of inspired football today.
Right, absolutely. Those wheels just keep on churning. That was a good job sending Kevin Allen in motion, sending Travis to the boundary.
4 receivers now. And before things get started this time, it looks like we're going to have a false start penalty. So false start is the call here, Jamin. So if you're the Lions, you don't want to mess up that, as they say, that good momentum you're building with, basically for all intents and purposes, with mistakes at this point. Penalties have not really been a big thing. We've talked a lot about them in the first half of this game, so you would like to keep it that way.
Right, I don't want to jinx them at all, but it's only the 2nd penalty offensively here today.
4 receivers now, and they're going to hand the ball, and Tyler Travis cannot escape the great tackle, backside tackle by Laudermilk, the linebacker from Wayland Baptist, on the play. So 4th down, and will be 7 yards to go. And Coach Morgan has elected to send Octavio out there to pin this Pioneer team deep.
Right, and we've seen what kind of damage Resendez can do with his leg. He's had some great punts here for the Lions this season.
He's kicking with the wind, so the key thing here is to get it up high in the air, but high enough arc to get it inside the 10. Let's see if Octavio can achieve that feat. Clean snap, kick is up. High end over end kick, and it's touched. And it goes into the end zone, and it's going to be a flag on the play. Contact was made on the receiver who caught it in the back of the end zone. It should be a touchback. Coach Morgan does not like the call because it looked like it should be Langston ball. It should be a touchback because the ball went over his head. He had touched it.
Absolutely.
And they called a penalty after the play for personal foul because once contact with the ball was made, that was after the play. It was a hit. He didn't have any space to operate. So that part we know, but it still should be Langston ball. Let's see. It should be Langston ball. We're waiting on the official to make his official word. It's either that or a safety because he did touch the ball. Okay, wait. So Langston doesn't get the ball, but I don't understand. Okay, wait. He touched it in the field of play.
Correct.
If he touches it in the end zone, then it's a touchback. I understand he didn't have possession of the ball, but they're treating this as if he did not touch the ball in the end zone, and the penalty is being marked off to the 35-yard line as if it was a touchback. I don't know if I'm watching the same game the officials were on that one.
Nah, yeah, it's a real close call there, but they definitely made sure.
They're saying he didn't touch the ball until the end zone.
Easy call for us up here.
Yeah, it was quite easy. So going to work now. And Roeder's going to throw the ball to the outside, and that catch. Is it intercepted? Interception. What an interception that time. What a play by Xavier Florence. Now, there's an expression that is often said. Go ahead, Jamin, hit it.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
It's going to tell the truth every time.
So Xavier Florence with a tremendous play. Xavier Florence, the senior, making a play. And it's going to be Langston football. And again, Roeder threw the ball to the outside, and what an over-the-shoulder catch by Xavier Florence for that play.
Right,
so now the Lions are back in
there.
business. So the Lions said, okay, I'll wait a play and then get the ball anyway.
Right. I mean, that's that perseverance we talked about. Staying locked into the game, being locked in allows those plays to happen.
4 receivers. Before things get started, and Wayland Baptist is going to call a timeout at 7:59 to go. They want to address something on the defensive side. But, again, nice job by the Lions. And for those who are watching or listening on your radio, sometimes it can be somewhat difficult to describe. But if you're watching on PPBC TV, then you saw exactly what we did. So regardless of how it ended up, it's Langston Lion football, but that's just kind of crazy because either the official wasn't watching where the player was, but the ball was inside the 10-yard line. He went back to field it. He couldn't quite catch it, and he touches the ball inside the 5. It might have been right around the 2 or the 1-yard line. The ball goes into the end zone. The Lions believe it's a live ball, so they continue to pursue him as this player is going after the ball as if he knows he touched it.
Right.
But then contact, there's a flag after the play because they hit him out of bounds. They penalized the Lions for a 15-yard penalty, saying it was a touchback. And the Lions on the ensuing possession get the over-the-head interception, over-the-shoulder interception by Xavier Florence. Back to live action, throwing the ball to the outside. Great catch that time. Jordan with another great reception. Down to the 49-yard line, and now there is another flag. And again, I guess I made the mistake. It's the broadcaster jinx. I said, hey, penalties haven't really been a factor. And then all of a sudden, in the last 5 plays, we've had 2 flags.
We would be remiss if we didn't bring it up.
Yeah, it is. I just don't need my inbox blowing up saying you had to say it on the radio, didn't you? You just had to say it. Well, it's true. And for the year, I mean, this has been one of those painful statistics for the Lions. They've been averaging 12 penalties per game, 108 yards, 108 penalties on the season, 12 penalties, when we're talking about a game for an average of 115 yards a game.
Yeah, those are nasty stats there. It's a lot to overcome, but again, self-inflicted. We saw them halftime at that Panhandle State game. They had many in the first half, but came out that second half locked in, so we know that's something they can possibly overcome.
All right, going to swing it to the outside. That pass incomplete. So pass is incomplete. It was a holding penalty overall that's going to back it up, so it's 2nd down and 20 now. That pass was intended. Looks like that one to not Dalen Jordan on that one. It looked like that was attempted to Rorick Hawkins. So 2nd down and 20, 7:37 to go. Lions need to cut into this 20 yards on this play here and give yourself a chance to put it in play to get the first down. So the Lions look like they're going 4 wide. Demarie Hamilton in the backfield, hip pocket right to Bardell. Bardell's going to put it up. Bardell has a receiver over the middle of the field, and the pass nearly intercepted, but that's only because Gerald Martin lost his footing on the route. Just slipped up there right in the middle of the field.
Right, but nonetheless, that was good protection there by the offensive line. So Torrance Bardell could get the ball out on 2nd and long.
So 3rd down and 20. Lions are getting their call from the sideline, 17 seconds, so plenty of time on the play clock. Lions, 4 receivers, trips left. Ball is snapped. Going to put it in play. Bardell completes the pass to Kevin Allen, and Kevin Allen dances for a gain of about 14, maybe 15 yards, Ball just a couple of yards shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And if you're Coach Morgan, you go ahead and punt this ball away. So Kevin Allen with his first reception of the game.
Right.
So
good job getting the senior involved there. Big play, just not close enough to get that that first down that we wanted.
So 4th down and 6. Octavio Resendez is out to punt this ball away. Low snap. He has to pick it up off the carpet, but Octavio does a great job of maintaining his poise. And then the catch is made. Makes one man miss. Going to the outside goes Josiah Barron. Barron's now at the 40. He's at midfield. Barron still on his feet, trying to find a little bit of space to operate before the Lions corral and bring him down at the LU 45-yard line. But what a play by Barron. Nice job that time by Barron on that return. He eluded that initial tackle there, and he ran for another 40 yards and put the ball, or 50 yards, and put the ball in LU territory on that return.
Right, it was a good job by Octavio getting the snap off the bounce, and then Logan Brown is coming in to close on Barron as he didn't weigh fair catch, and he just does a great job doing those cutbacks and getting open in the field.
Yeah, he reversed field position and went ahead for a gain of nearly 50 yards. So the ball stands right now at the LU 44. Here come the Pioneers. All right, rolling to the right side goes Roeder. Roeder's going to throw the ball deep. Has a receiver open, but the ball is thrown short. Isaiah Smith got caught as Josiah Barron was running. When I'm telling you, he had at least 5 yards on Smith. And that's the second time today. And Coach Morgan is giving an earful to Isaiah Smith because that is the second time today he's let somebody get behind him.
Right, and that could be bad potentially, but that was a great job by James Grace getting in the Roeder's face there. You rushed that ball out.
4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Roeder in shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Roeder going to take off on a quarterback option run on his own. He might have got a yard, if that, down to the 45. So 3rd down and 11 yards to go. Lions need to get off the field here, Jamin. The more you keep your defense on the sideline, the better and fresher they'll be, you know, if and when you may need them.
Right, and that's exactly what you need here in this game. They do a great job there squeezing on the defensive line on that quarterback run. You want to see them lock in on 3rd down and put some pressure on Roeder as well.
5:48 to go before the end of the first half. The Lions are showing blitzes. Madre Strother lined up. He comes out. Roeder's going to throw the ball deep again. Travis Martin on the coverage, and Travis Martin with the hand fighting on the outside there against Josiah Barron. And it looks like this particular time they're going to catch Travis Martin with contact.
Right, bails him out there as they're passing that referee on that sideline. Travis Martin, he's getting a little handsy as the ball is getting out in the air.
Yep. So from the original line of scrimmage, we're going to mark off the penalty yards for pass interference. Moves the ball down to the 30-yard line. But nice job by the defense. Overall, I mean, you don't give up the touchdown, so if you're Travis Martin, stop him by any means, and that's exactly what he did. Unfortunately, he got a flag for the penalty in the process. All right, 4 receivers, trips right. Roeder calls for it, drops back in the pocket, looks right, looks left, and fires the ball right directly to the sideline. Wasted no time in getting it there. So pass incomplete.
Right, he's going through his reads there, and he just runs out of time because everybody's pretty covered up, so decides to get that ball out and get another play going.
5:32. A reminder, coming up at halftime, you get to hear a great band performance by the Langston University Marching Pride. We will bring that to you here during the Langston Halftime Report. All right, going to work right now. And it looks like we have a timeout on the field. Timeout called by Wayland Baptist and we will take one as well. This is Langston Lion Football, brought to you by the Block Chronicle newspaper, LU Athletics, the Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Tinker Federal Credit Union, and OERB.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here
It's been another great day.
And so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Nice and comfortable on the inside, but it's a great day to shop, and, a little bit outside as well. So once again, we thank you, and I will see you soon on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140. We are the beat of the city.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Let's get back to the game and more LU Sports.
And nice job as going back to work as Roeder went to throw the ball, and Travis Martin this time was right there as Johnny on the spot. He used his technique, did not use his hands that time, and beat the route runner with his feet that time and knocked it away. Nice job by Travis Martin.
Right, that was the only defensive penalty we've had thus far. That was a great job locking in as they tried to attack him again.
So 5:24 to go, 3rd down and 10 for the Pioneers. Ball is spotted at the Langston 30-yard line. So as it stands now, 4 receivers, twins stacked on the right side. They get the ball out to Damon Ford, and James Grace tracks him down just inside the 25-yard line at the 24, a gain of 6. So 4th down, and that means they're going to bring the field goal kicker out. So that means we're going to see Leo Marini out on the field to attempt the field goal. On this year, he is 6 of 9 on field goals. So in other words, 67% accuracy so far. And his longest kick on the season is 56 yards. This particular one will be a 41-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap is down, kick is up, and he bangs it, but it's too far. It's wide right. And that had every bit of the wind. You could probably hear it in our outside source microphone. That wind was right there, Jamin.
Right, he tried to drill that one through, but the wind plays in our favor.
Yeah, in that particular case, and I see that because if you look at the end zone back pylons, they're all the ones that have fallen, all keep falling toward the right side. From our vantage point, the right side is the wind is blowing in from the open side of the stadium, from the visitor's side, coming across to the home side of the stands. So Lions take over, 4:39 to go. We're still tied up at 7 in the second quarter. The Lions have had some big play opportunities, have not been able to successfully cash them in on that drive, except for the initial scoring drive. To work, Bardell calls Kevin Allen in motion. He gets the ball tossed back to him on the jet sweep, and Kevin Allen is going to get a gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 out to the, I'll say, 27-yard line. Yeah, it's a gain of 2. Out to the 27, or check that, make that the 26. Keep trying to make extra yards there. Got to stop that. So 2nd down and 8, 4:11 to go. Clock continues to tick down. 3 receivers, twins to the right for Bardell.
Right, Logan Brown and Gerald Martin checking in this play.
Ball is snapped. To work on a delay handoff to Tyler Travis. Tyler Travis. So Tyler Travis is going to take the ball a yard shy of midfield. Travis gashes away for 24 yards, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Lions at the 46-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston, 3:38 to go, and the Lions are in business following that nice run by Tyler Travis. Tyler Travis saving one of his best performances toward the end of the season here. Prior to that play, he came in with basically 28 yards rushing today thus far, and that one's going to put him well near the 50 mark. Bardell's going to put it up. Bardell looking, fires one to the outside. Too much pepper on it. try to get it to Kevin Allen standing on the Wayland sideline there. Pass incomplete.
Right, he was trying to buy himself some time there and really drilled it through. And just a little too much mustard on that one, went through his hands.
So Tyler Travis on the day has 58 yards receiving. They have yet to add on that last play, so we'll have to see here how much he has done on the ground. So 3 receivers now. Twins to the right for Bardell. Kevin Allen comes in motion. Catches it on the jet sweep. Kevin Allen still looking for space to operate. Kevin Allen doing his best job as a running back. And they're going to say the forward progress has stopped. Kevin Allen is going to be down at the Wayland Baptist 49-yard line.
Right, he just chips his blocker there a little bit and reverses field. And by the time they do, Wayland is all the way in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 7 is what. So, again, they're just clarifying because the ball did come loose, but the whistle had blown. So, therefore, the play is blown dead. 7-7. 2:25 to go, and the Lions go with 4 receivers, trips right.
Right, something to note, they're continuously rotating their receivers here. We've had Jamarie Hamilton check in as well as Dalen Jordan.
All right, so as it stands now, the Lions are going to, Wayland Baptist is going to use their final timeout of the first half. We're going to stay right here, and it's been impressive, but the Lion defense has been stout, has been good, but the Lion offense has yet to just put up consistent points.
Right, I mean, they're having some good plays here. We're just trying to string together a good string of plays here and just get in the end zone. We've had success on 3rd down. We've done a good job rotating players in at the receiver and running back position and exploiting some weak spots in this Wayland defense.
So that's kind of how that is. Now, also today, there is quite a few recruits here at Anderson Stadium. I want to say welcome to the Langston experience here on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you for coming up. Langston Athletics is dedicated to the NAIA philosophy of putting the student-athlete's needs, desires, and ambitions guide of every decision. Let's show our guests some Lion love if you see them on campus today, getting those campus tours. Back to live action now. Lions come out with 4 receivers, tight end to the left. And now, a sweep to the outside. Torrance Bardell dances. It's going to be close to a first down there, Jamin. What a nice job. The guard and the center pulled, creating a convoy to the outside, and it will be enough for a Langston Lion first down. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston.
Right, that was a nice scheme there blocking-wise. You pull that center and that guard, and you bring in big Janelle Langley, tight end on that left side as well to redirect his blocker inside.
Officially at the 2-minute warning right now. So, yes, college has a 2-minute warning, and most people didn't even know that. At the stadium, on the road, or at home, F&M Bank is your biggest Langston Lion fan, and with our mobile app, we go everywhere you go. Of course, you are always welcome to stop by any one of the 8 locations to experience community banking at its best. Let's go Langston Lions, F&M Bank. You can go to their website, www.fmbankok.com. That's fmbankok.com. Member FDIC, message and data rates may apply. Lions are eager to get back in the offensive mode there, Jamin, and I can't disagree with them. Once you get it going, part of the things that always has been that is about tempo. And in this spread offense formation here, you give guys a chance to identify who they're covering. You don't have a chance to take advantage of their miscommunication because they have a chance now to understand what you're lining up in. And, I mean, it's kind of like that. So, to me, spread is most effective when it's played at a high tempo.
Right, absolutely. And they've proved to be successful in doing so, especially here in this RPO game.
All right, going to work now. Bardell's calling for it. Rorick Hawkins comes out of the backfield. Bardell's going to fire to the outside. That pass is incomplete into the sun. Gerald Martin couldn't get a read on it. So it's going to be 2nd down and what will be 10 yards to go now. That particular route tree, everybody was kind of running some out up and outs, if you will, little what they call smash routes, and nicely played. As looks like to me, Wayland Baptist was very much in a zone defense right there, and there were no lanes for Bardell to cover that.
Right, they've done a good job here making some adjustments here in this first half against this Langston offense.
3 receivers now. Kevin Allen comes in motion, jet sweep. Kevin Allen looks like he's going to throw back, and he has a pass complete to Torrance Bardell. And Bardell is going to take the ball inside the 30-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. The last game of the season, hey, leave it all out there. You know, entertain me. Give me something to talk about, a little bit of a jet sweep throwback, if you will, as Torrance Bardell is not the Philly special, but we'll call it the L special, as Torrance Bardell gets a first down as a receiver now.
Right, you don't see that too often, but that was a nice play there, putting the ball in the hands of your seniors.
All right, going to work. Bardell calls Kevin Allen in motion, and he lines up in the slot. Kevin Allen sets up in the middle of the field, and Kevin Allen makes the catch right there at the 15-yard line, and he's dancing. He's still on his feet. They have not blown it dead, and they finally do at the 14-yard line. Another gain of 15 yards. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston, right there at the 14-yard line. Kevin Allen and Torrance Bardell, the Louisiana products, guys who went to school at the same place, are showing themselves a little bit of love here. Shout out, to the law.
Yeah, shout out to him. I mean, you see the connection there. That was a great job playing fast, playing with tempo, getting the ball back into his hands as he's streaking into the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's kind of like, is that a give and go football ways?
It kind of is. I mean, that's the best way you could do it.
All right, blitz right up the middle of the field, and that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be offsides, and it was a free play. And so that should be offsides. We're going to have to see if the officials saw the same thing, but to me, he stepped in the neutral zone. It should not be a long meeting of any kind. It should be offsides, and we should be marking it inside the 10-yard line from the 14 to the 9. Let's get the march going. 1:03 to go before the end of the first half.
Right, and they're doing a great job time-wise. You're looking at the clock, and you say they have 2 minutes coming out of that pause, but they're doing a good job playing with pace and tempo, as we mentioned, and not creating empty drives.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. The Pioneers are showing blitz. It's a zero blitz coming right now. Nothing in the backfield. Can Bardell get rid of it? Bardell's going to throw it up top, and no one was there to make the reception. He wanted to get the ball in the hands of Kevin Allen, but he put a little bit too much mustard. That was a zero blitz. There was no safeties in there. They all came up to the line, and everybody at jailhouse break blitz coming at Bardell. Had Bardell been able to, I don't know, can I say Tebow it? Had he been able to,
where you just jump past that?
Just toss it up. I mean, it would have been right over the top of everybody. It would have been a walk into the end zone.
We saw some of that from Lamar Jackson, too, last week as well. That little jump, touch pass.
4 receivers, trips right. 8 seconds on the play clock, 2nd down and 5, and this time Bardell's going to swing it out. Too much heat. Bardell at the mesh point, they ran the RPO action of the ball fake to Tyler Travis. He wanted to swing it out to Gerald Martin, but because the mesh point was being attacked by the Wayland defense, he put a little bit of heat on it and threw it over the top of Gerald Martin. So now we're looking at 3rd down and 5. The Lions can get a first down as they call a timeout if they could get the ball to the 4-yard line.
Right, and believe they could do so. That was a good job there on that fake, but just a little too much heat on that. You're trying to get the ball out fast, though. You're getting more pressure from this Wayland defense now.
Yeah, now, to me at this point, you showed me something once with the jet sweep toss. Do you go back to it again here?
I mean, you would like to use your creativeness because it's proven to be well. I mean, they're all within reason, and you're in great position to score here before the first half ends.
Reminder, in 55 seconds will be the Langston halftime report. And what play would you like to see? If I said bring it again, bring it again at at the end of this play here, what would you like to see?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to call some sort of run. I mean, we didn't really expect it on one of those 3rd downs, and it was very successful. And when you're in here in this 10-and-in territory, I wouldn't put it past Tyler Travis to punch that in.
4 receivers, and they're going to throw it into the end zone, and Kevin Allen, held up, touchdown, Langston. So Kevin Allen gets it in there for what will be a 9-yard touchdown strike. So Kevin Allen with a touchdown to boot today. What a nice job by the Langston Lions on that play. But unbelievable. Again, Kevin Allen getting in the books today.
I mean, right, I like that play call as well. You give him time, and you're running towards that right pylon. You got 2 routes going that way, so you got an under option and an over option.
So on the season right now, and the extra point attempt is good. We will take our final break before halftime right now. A 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, sponsored by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Tinker Federal Credit Union, and OERB.
KRNP. Never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Let's get back to the game and more LU sports.
Yes, indeed. So the Lions goes 11 plays, 76 yards, in 3 minutes and 49 seconds to take the lead in this game. And traditionally, over the last few years, that has been something that has taken place. Wayland Baptist has usually been the first one to strike in the games, and then typically the Lions go on a run, and that will sustain them, and they maintain the lead. That has been the pattern. Now, I'm not going to rule that to be the same way about this Pioneer team. This Pioneer team is different. This is a Pioneer team that fights. This Pioneer team has basically been a play, 1-2 plays away from winning multiple games. So to me, I mean, I'm not going to say for a second that this lead or any lead is safe against this Pioneer team. They are more than capable of winning a game, and to me, this team has a different look than the years past here, Jamin.
Right, absolutely. You talk about last week, they played Texas College, and that was a shootout in itself. They only lost by 2, so they're really looking to close one of these games out here at the end of the season. All
right, kickoff is away, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 for Wayland Baptist. 50 seconds left to go before the end of the first half. The object here now is got to be smart. And I want to keep our eyes on Josiah Barron. Now it's not typical for a Coach Morgan-led defense to always have guys chasing somebody. But if tonight, this afternoon, wherever Barron is, I need to see Travis Martin, the senior.
Right, absolutely.
And Martin's on him now. Martin's on him now. Go ahead.
Now, when we pointed out that matchup, I mean, he was on him tight, but this time he puts a little cushion there, about 5 yards, 7 yards away from him. So he's prepared for them to strike downfield.
All right, run up the middle this time. DeMondre Horace with the carry. The guy from Center, Texas, the junior, 6-foot running back. And I'm just saying, how many towns does Texas have, man? I'm just saying. Center, Texas, Center, Texas. I'm like,
hey, man. Over 100, man. I have no clue. You got a lot of landscape there.
Yes. Okay. Yes. There's not. If any city that anybody names you, if you don't know where it is, say Texas or California, one of the two. Going to work. 4 receivers now. Ball is snapped, and they're going to give the ball again and into the backfield. Tremendous job that time. Guess who? Armani Wise with a loss of 2, and that will be the final play of the first half of this game. The Lions take the lead right within the closing minutes of the first half and lead 14-7. There's going to be a 4-minute intermission. We'll come back, and the Langston University Marching Pride is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Langston Lion Football.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/start, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredients as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 89% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 89% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/start to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/start. forhers.com/start.
Are you in need of someone making your lawn look good? Have you ever seen a lawn with a blue or green paint on it and wondered what that was? The blue and green paint is a weed killer chemical that will make your lawn look green, full, and healthy. Oh, and will kill the weeds too. Do you want your home lawn or company lawn look green, full, and healthy? Then call the professionals at A+ Lawn Service. Right now, they're offering a weed killer special of $59 for a standard home lot, front and back, or $385 per acre if you have a large area you would like serviced. Owner Milo Wilson and his company have been servicing OKC for over 10 years, and they offer lawn services, landscaping, and much more. Call 405-767-3382. That's 767-3382 for A+ Lawns and Services.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Hopkins Hair Care and Bundle on Hand presents Oklahoma Beauty and Hair Expo featuring celebrity hairstylist and reality star Jonathan Wright. Hosted by Evan Hopkins, Scissorhands, Miracle Garrett, and Alexis Young. All taking place December 1st at the OKC Fairgrounds. Doors going to be opening at 6 p.m. And you don't want to miss the performance of a lifetime by the baddest chick in the game, Trina.
Nasty, yo. Red bone, but I'm classy, yo. Real jazzy, yo. And don't be scared, cause if you're curious, just ask me, yo. It ain't nothing, cause it comes quite natural. Cause I'm the baddest chick.
This is powered by Power 3.5. DJ Wayne in this thing. And bundles on hand. If you need tickets right now, head over to obhexpo.com or Power 3.5 Studios. For more info, call 405-582-0082. That's 405-582-0082. Get ready, it's going down, the biggest beauty and hair expo in the state of Oklahoma, December the 1st at 6 p.m. Brought to you by Bundles on Hand and Hopkins Hair Care.
It's Langston Sports at the half.
Let's go down to the field. The Langston University Marching Squad is performing live. Let's get some of that live sound. Hey, if you got the app, turn it up right now. This is where we go.
not ready for your clarinet. Show 'em what you got. Now we got the smooth moves in the saxophone section. Oh, y'all show them some love. We got something coming up for you. Watch her do this split. All right, trumpets, y'all coming in strong. Show 'em what you got. We got the fancy French horns. Shut down the rhythm. Come on, for the baddest baritones in the land. Y'all make some noise. TBS, KK Sound, I see you. Okay. Y'all give it up for the trombone. Oh, they putting those moves on us, y'all. Flash of fire. Y'all come on and heat this thing up. Y'all know who it is. The golden felines. Y'all show us what you got. And now for the baddest drum majors in the land. Y'all show some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Langston University Marching Pride lump just tearing it up. And when they start getting to the solos, you know, this is that senior day, one of the last performances on Anderson Stadium this year. You got to give them the love, Jamin, and watch each section, the drums, the trumpets, all of them get all the love that they can get, that they can possibly want. And, of course, the drum majors lit it up. And the felines and the cheerleaders, I got to give it up. Their new outfits today, stunning today. Wow. And so if you saw it on PPBC TV, you can go ahead and go back and rewind it. What an outstanding performance. So real quick here, we'll take a 2-minute break here in just a moment. However, let's go over some of the big things that we've seen in the first half thus far. What is your biggest takeaway, Jamin, from what this team had done in terms of the Lions? Kudos to Wayland Baptist. They came out, they punched the Lions in the mouth. The Lions got off the mat, counterpunched. Kind of looked like that first round match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson last night. And then all of a sudden, you know, everybody else knows Father Time's undefeated. But, you know, there's much more controversy about that. We can get into that maybe in the second half of that. But overall, But overall, but the Lions kept in the game. They kept fighting. They kept jabbing. They kept coming at it. And, again, the Lions eventually broke loose. So what's your biggest takeaway?
Right, the perseverance. If I have to say a stat that's going to really wrap all that up, is 33 rushing yards by Wayland Baptist. They started off strong, and it looked like it was going to be a big day for Damon Ford, but they've contained him as well as number 22, DeMondre Horace, when he's entered the game. And we've just recovered from every punch possible. I mean, penalties, we've had 2 offensively. Hasn't been a big problem for us. We had 1 pass interference, but Travis Martin recovered from that. We get the ball back and we score. I mean, just excellent quarterback play as well.
Yeah, and to me, the other key statistics here is in the first half. You mentioned Wayland Baptist, 33 yards rushing. On the other side, 80 yards passing. So they had a total of 113 yards on 26 plays, averaging 4.3 yards per play. As far as the Lions concerned, 86 yards rushing in the first half. What a nice total that is. 188 in the air. And, of course, 274 yards total in the first half. 36 plays for 274, averaging 7.61 yards per play. We'll come back after a 2-minute break. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back, and then we'll talk about individual performances on the other side, talk about adjustments, because this is the part of the game that the Lions have either been really, really great or really, really struggled. We'll see how this team can respond this time around on the other side of the break. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Tinker Federal Credit Union, OERB, and Community Health Centers of Oklahoma.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save, in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
The new 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander, Oklahoma's best-kept secret and most affordable luxury SUV from David Stanley Mitsubishi. Want Lexus luxury for pennies on the dollar? Sign and drive the new Outlander. 0 down, $399. No payments for 6 months. 10-year warranty. And yes, on credit. Ready to save? Come see Dave, the $399 Outlander. Only at David Stanley Mitsubishi. Several available, 4.99 for 84. WAC through dash. Price 27,243. Dealer retains all rebates.
Oh, City! You know a senior in need of scholarship cash? Will brighten your future with Love Student of the Month campaign and stand a chance to win a $10,000 scholarship.
He didn't just say what I think he did he?
Yeah, that's right. 10,000 big ones. For proud graduating seniors of OKC Metro High School. And all you need to do to qualify is triumph as Love Student of the Month. Like the spark of success. Change your future with $10,000 up for grabs. And that $10,000 prize could be yours. And that's not all. Winners will also be announced live on Power 103.5 and featured on our social media platform with Love Student of the Month campaign and win a $10,000 scholarship. Don't miss this opportunity with Love Student of the Month campaign and $10,000 on the line. And if you don't register, then you don't get anything. So register now at www.loves.com. Also brought to you by Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Register now.
Let's get back to more Langston Lion football, only on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Welcome back to Anderson Stadium. Langston halftime report. Eventually 2 minutes left to go before the second half will begin. But taking a look at the individual performances by the team, individually, you always got to talk about it. So a nice first half overall for Brian Roeder from San Antonio, Texas, the sophomore, a guy getting his chance to get a start in. 6 of 13. Now, he probably wished he didn't throw the interception, but other than that, he's got 80 yards and a touchdown. But receiving the ball after that initial touchdown by Josiah Barron, when he basically got past Isaiah Smith in the first half, he's been quiet, but he has 47 yards and a touchdown. That 43-yarder for the end zone was the biggest play of the game on the passing side. And then when we start talking about, running the ball, we were expecting, you said Damon Ford to be there, but we're seeing a whole lot more of Roeder running the ball. He's actually their leading rusher with 17 yards overall. on the Langston side of it, Bardell, not as sharp overall in the numbers, but when you start talking about how things are going, 9 of 20, 45% completion percentage, 174 yards, and a touchdown for Torrance Bardell. But Kevin Allen has the best stats ever. 1 for 1, 100% completion percentage, and 14 yards passing on the one pass play for Kevin Allen. But the receiving job, Tyler Travis is the leading receiver, 2 catches for 58 yards overall. Then we've got Kevin Allen. We have Jordan coming in with 2 catches for 45 yards. Then Kevin Allen, 3 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Travis is getting it done on the ground. 7 rushes for 49 yards, 1 touchdown, averaging 7 yards a run. Defensively, that front 5 or that front 4 from the Lions have been spectacular. Armani Rise leading the way with 5 tackles so far up front. 2 solos, 4 tackles for a loss. Armani Wise has been a difference maker overall in the numbers.
All right, James Grace as well in his pursuit to the quarterback. He's done a great job putting pressure on Roeder and aiding that 4-man rush.
Yeah, so when you're looking at it overall, as the second half begins, what's the biggest concern you have about this Lion team in the second half of this game?
It's just staying locked in and staying in tune. We've talked about how they can drop off in the second half or they can come up and touch a new level. Both of these teams are similar in that category, but look for them to just continue and strike early here on this first offensive drive.
Michael Nash gets the ball at the 25-yard line. He's going to dance to about the 31, and the play will be blown dead there, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Lions from that spot overall. So going to work now, the Lions will set up shop. To me, the first play or the first series of the second half, whether you're down or up, is one of the most important series in the game. And I'll tell you why. Because it really shows what the adjustments were by the coaching staff and your ability to lock in. If you don't score and you have the ball, but you get a couple of first downs, it shows that you are executing at a high level coming out. If you are on the defensive side of the ball, you give up a couple of plays, a couple of first downs, but you eventually get off the field, that's good to me. So to me, in this particular situation, it's going to be interesting to see. Coach Abuego came back through where our broadcast area was, the offensive coordinator for Langston, with a smile on his face. Let's see what he's going to be talking about. Torrance Bardell gets it to Kevin Allen. Kevin Allen out to the 40-yard line. It will be a gain of 9 yards coming right out the gate. Kevin Allen, when we start looking at it, he's got so far on the day, I'd given you the numbers a little earlier when it comes to his performance. He needed 78 yards to break the single-season receiving record. So as it stands right now, he is a little less than 40 yards away from that, and he just cut into that a little bit more after that last reception. Kevin Allen again at the 50-yard line. And Kevin Allen is going to get a Langston first down in Pioneer territory. He'll take the ball down to the 48-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. So Kevin Allen on a mission in the second half of this game. That's a very good possibility, folks, that record just may fall here in just a few plays here. Going to work, Bardell. Looking for space to operate, dances in the middle of the field. Unfortunately, there will be a flag on the play. It's going to come in there for holding, Jamin.
Right, holding penalty there, something to watch. But just the player that Kevin Allen is, you talk about such a diverse weapon as a wideout. Tough catches, he's great after the catch, and he's just showing it today. So as he inches close to that record, it's not just about getting him the record, but continuing to find pace and getting good plays in this offensive drive.
Yeah, he came in today down 78 yards. In the second half, all he needs is 39 yards, and he will set the single-season receiving record. Will be the new holder in that category. 4 receivers now, Bardell in shotgun formation. Ball the snap, ball on the right hash mark, and Bardell's going to throw a deep pass to Kevin Allen. Kevin Allen gets separation, and he's going to be down there near the 21-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. Kevin Allen in a zone. 3 consecutive receptions on this drive. Kevin Allen is on a mission. That record in jeopardy and may fall on this very next play. 5 receivers right now. Empty set, trips left. Ball is snapped. Going to put the ball up. Bardell looking into the end zone and tosses it ahead, and the pass is going to be caught by Gerald Martin down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be another gain of 17 yards. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. The Lions are churning out first down after first down after first down. 12:58 to go before the end of the third quarter. Lions lead by 7 and going for more.
Right, they're doing an excellent job attacking these zones. It's been a Kevin Allen drive thus far, but that was a great job finding Gerald Martin in the middle of the field.
All right, so on this play here, 4 receivers, trips to the left. They give the ball to Kevin Allen right up the middle out of the backfield into the end zone. Ails up, touchdown, Langston. Kevin Allen right up the middle, showing some juice on the ground game. Kevin Allen into the end zone for a touchdown. Kevin Allen is one of those backs that you can, or receivers that you can line up anywhere on the field. He is just add offense no matter where you go. He kind of reminds me of this team, Steve Smith or Deebo Samuel, because he is so athletic, so gifted in so many ways. Octavio Resendez's extra point is through the uprights, and it's good, and the Lions lead 21-7. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and OERB.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Yes, indeed. And the record does fall, folks. On that drive, Kevin Allen came into today down 78 yards. On that drive alone, he came in there and he caught roughly 60 yards, and that record has fallen. The new single-season receiving record holder for the Langston Lions is Kevin Allen. More details after this return, as Wayland Baptist is going to return the ball out to the 35-yard line. He passes a record set 20 years ago this year. Jimmy Early Jr. set the original passing record for Langston in a season, 931 yards receiving. That record, which is unbelievable in this pass-happy offense world that we live in, that it's taken 20 years for that record to fall, but that record by Jimmy Early Jr. has fallen today. Kudos to Jimmy Early Jr. for holding the record for that long, but records were made to be broken, and it now belongs in the hand of one Kevin Allen. Going to work right now, 4 receivers, 2 split on either side, Ford in the backfield, and Armani Wise tracks him down again. No gain on the play. It will be second down and 10.
Right, it's a great job dialing up that blitz and executing it there by Armani Wise. He's been making a name for himself in that Wayland backfield.
So going to work right now. Tremendous job by that, as the announcement was just made over the speaker about Kevin Allen breaking the single-season receiving record. Going to work right now. Rolling right goes Roeder. Roeder looking, going to put the ball up. And that pass was nearly intercepted there. Going up to make a play, Travis Martin. And he sold out, man. He was vertical in the air, trying to bring up that reception. Had number 13 for Wayland Baptist, Madden Plazik. Had he not been trying to make a play on that ball himself, Travis Martin would have an unbelievable interception. And he told me before pregame, he said, I got to get one, Mo. He said, I got to have one more.
Yeah, you could tell he was hungry for that, trying to come over the top, but it almost wasn't a play because Roeder was being chased out of the backfield, running to the sideline by James Gray, so he was really under pressure there.
Going to work right now. 4 receivers. Inside receiver comes in motions, creating twins on both. And now going to the outside, and what a great open field tackle that time by Trey Odom. He came through and did what you're supposed to do. Now, the only thing I didn't like about the hit is he didn't wrap up. Now, the rule, they always tell you to wrap up because when you got a guy with tree trunk's legs, you bounce off of him. But how about that? He went ahead and took the hit. He took the hit and blew up the play. Nice job. The Pioneers are going to have to pump this ball.
Right, they're running that comeback there on that field side, kind of like a check down, but he does a great job reading that. And sometimes when you're out there and you're just trying to put a hat on somebody, sometimes you forget to bring those arms. You just know you coming with some heat that he can't take.
No, that's no doubt about that. And the kick is away. And going to work, Michael Nash up the middle of the field. Michael Nash has got a convoy. You know he don't need much, and he runs out of real estate right there at midfield. Michael Nash and the Lions are fired up as he returns the ball right there to midfield, or they're going to say at the Pioneer 47-yard line. What a play there by him.
Right, and if you kept up with the Langston Lions this season, you know Michael Nash is the wrong guy for the opponent to kick the ball to because he doesn't need much space. He doesn't need much opportunity. He's going to go take it far.
And this just in. Kevin Allen might not be done just yet. As it stands right now, the single-season touchdown receiving record stands at 9, and it's by his teammate, Levon Williams, with 9. Kevin Allen just tied Avery Realwright with 7 on the season. So if Kevin Allen happens to find a way to go for the hat trick today, it might be another record to fall. Rorick Hawkins with the reception as Torrance Bardell hits him in the flats for a quick little out route right there at inside the, I say right there about the 41-yard line.
Right, that was a nice route and a nice job getting back to the football.
So as it stands right now, you've got 5 receivers, empty set, trips to the left. Ball is snapped, going to work, going to throw the ball to the outside, and that pass was deflected and nearly fell in the hands right there of number 3 on the Wayland Baptist defense. That looks like that was Shamarian Bush, who was out there on the coverage. Or is that Tyrone Morgan? It might have been Tyrone Morgan out there also who made a play on that ball for the Pioneers. 5 receivers, empty set, trips left. Ball is snapped. Bardell has it. Bardell fires it, and Laudermilk with good coverage that time on Gerald Martin.
Right, that's a nice job at that linebacker position, sticking with it, not letting anything cross your face.
Grant you there was contact, but I'm going to say, as I always do, whenever you got a linebacker doing it, they are most of the time, linebackers are all at disadvantages when covering little slot receivers. But in this case, Laudermilk got a little physical. You know, he did his job, 4th down. So the Lions are going to have to punt this ball away. But it would have been a tremendous momentum builder had the Lions went ahead and scored on this drive and made it, even bigger lead. As it stands right now, it's a 14-point lead. Octavio Resendez to punt this ball away. Kick is away. It's a low, wobbly kick, and it takes a bounce inside, and the Lions are going to cover it at the 1-yard line. And then multiple flags come in after the play. I mean, that was ugly. I got 1, 2, 3 flags on the play. I don't need it to negate the play, but good coverage by Cameron Owens from Atlanta, Georgia. The defensive back went back there and downed the ball at the 1. Let's hope the ball will stand. Quentin Morgan on the field to argue his case because he wants them pinned back. When you got a kick like that from when your punter / field goal kicker, Octavio Resendez, does that, you want it to stand. So, again, it looks like that penalty will stand, and it's against the Pioneers here. Quentin Morgan looks happy.
Right, as he should be. We talked about how much of a weapon Resendez is, especially in the punt game. But excellent recovery by Cameron Owens, letting that bounce a little bit and getting it as far back as possible.
All right, so didn't hear the call, but the penalty's half the distance to the goal, so the ball's inside the 1. So if you're the Lions now, just be smart, and we'll have to see here what Coach, Marcos Hinos decides to do here for the Pioneers. He's going to probably have to have a nice little conversation with his offensive coordinator, Brian Wood, about what they're going to do here. But that puts them in a difficult position. And is Armani Wise coming out in the field right now? There he is. That is the guy who I'm calling it now. And also, we have not said Damian Lowry's name too much today. I expect him, Amon Gill, I expect to see and James Grace, I expect to see the absolute best pass rush you will see all season long. Here we go. 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. The Lions are coming. And they're going to try and throw it out of the backfield. And the ball's in the hands of Damon Ford as he came out on the wheel route, and the Pioneers escape danger, getting a first down at the 25-yard line, a gain of 24 yards. What an executing by Brian Roeder, the sophomore, getting the ball to the outstretched hands of Damon Ford and getting a gain of 24 yards on the play.
Right, nice little RPO, good situation there. A lot of teams would like to run it out. They've got good size at running back as well, but why not? Good job executing that fake and a good ball.
3 receivers, twins left. Roeder has it, and then Roeder's going to hand it to Ford, and this time Damian Lowry tracks him down. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards on the play. 9:14 to go in the third. Langston up by 14.
Right, haven't talked too much about him today, but Damian Lowry does a great job in the run game. You see him coming up and making that tackle there.
So 9 minutes to go in the third. So as it stands right now, 4 receivers, check that, 4 receivers, a bunch formation to the right. And they're going to fake it and hand the ball off this time and finding a little bit of daylight. Nice run that time by Wayland Baptist. That looks like that was DeMondre Horace with the carry again. The junior from Center, Texas. It's a big guy, 6 foot. You know, when you got a tackle between a guy like him and then Damon Ford, who's basically can run underneath your kitchen counter and you can't find him. I mean, that's the type of guy that he is.
Right, that's a nice duo. I mean, a lot of promise there in that backfield. It's a good pivot, good switch-up situation, but that was a good open field tackle there by Xavier Florence.
Same formation this time, and Horace eludes the penetration by the Lion defense, and we'll get the Pioneers a first down at the right inside the 40-yard line. They might mark it at the 38 or the 39-yard line, but it will be a Pioneer first down. Clock continues to run.
And we mentioned at halftime how good this Langston defense has contained this Wayland Baptist rush, but they're continuing to mix it here with DeMondre Horace and Damon Ford, and Horace is finding some momentum here.
All right, going to work. Bunch formation to the right. 4 receivers in the game, and they're going to hand it off on a jet sweep. Good pursuit to the outside, and the Lion defense is finally going to track him down. Leave it up to Trey, another senior, Trey Odom, with the stop. Maybe a gain of 1. Second down and 9.
That's DeQuan Green there. Haven't called his name too much, but as you mentioned, great job by Trey Odom coming up making that tackle. He's been quite active coming out of that backfield today.
So going to work now. They changed personnel, the Pioneers do. And so now we still have Horace in the backfield standing in the hip pocket to the right of Roeder. 4 receivers, trips right. Ball is snapped, and the Lions jump off sides on this play, and they take a shot. And that was a wise decision, trying to get the ball in the hand of Josiah Barron.
All right, take the free play when you can. Definitely offsides for us.
So offsides, we're going to spot him 5 yards, but Damian Lowry is saying that should be against, no, it's against Langston.
It was a simultaneous jump. I saw at least 3 of the 4.
Yeah, so one of the 3, may not have been Damian Lowry,
but it was somebody.
Yeah, somebody. So it's going to set up second down and what will be 4 yards to go. Nice initiative there. And I need to make a correction. I thought that was Brian Roeder on the field. No, that is Brian Ponder that is now in the game in the second half. The senior from Bells, Texas is now in the game, and that's a mistake on my part, and I do apologize. I didn't catch that initially. Going to work now. Ponder up the middle as he hands the ball off to Jalen Reed, and Jalen Reed dances in the middle of the field, and it looks like he will have enough yards for a Pioneer first down in Langston territory at the 49-yard line.
Right, tough run there by Jalen Reed.
Now, Ponder played in this game against Langston just last year. In that game, Ponder threw 15 of 27 for 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and 23 yards rushing. in the game that they had last year. So Ponder has a little bit more experience against Langston in this situation. So Ponder going to have the ball again, and he's going to take the ball ahead on a little quarterback draw for a gain of 3 yards, setting up 2nd down and 7.
Right, you're fighting an uphill battle here, so you elect to go with your senior quarterback, like you said, has some experience, and you see them relying on the run game, and just giving the offense more options and giving the defense something else to pay attention to.
And the difference is understanding the situational football. Had the Lions scored on that last play, you would have to think that they would have to go more vertical and not rely so much of the run. Now, still there's plenty of time. There's 30 minutes on the clock. And this time Ponder with a quarterback sweep. With a nice lead block by the tackle. What a great job by Julian Leyva, who led the way for Ponder on the outside. You didn't need too much. That was a great job by the tackle leading the way. And it looks like we have a stoppage of action here, or a timeout is being called on the field. Timeout's being called by Langston right now, and we're going to take one as well. 5:21 to go, Langston up 21-7, and we'll be right back. This is Langston Lion Football.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
With 4 receivers trips left. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call. 5:21 to go on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Going to work. Ponder again calls his own number with a gain to the outside. Isaiah Smith does a good job of forcing him inside. Limits the gain to only about 3 yards. Need to take a look at the scoreboard from all other games around the top 25, Jamin, and give us an update on some of the big action going on across the country today on the other games in action. Now, of course, you can always count on college football being something interesting, but you got OSU and OU off. I wonder if there are any fans that are used to Bedlam coming up real soon, and a season like this, do you miss it even more?
Man, you got to miss it.
Ponder's going to throw to the outside over the top, and that pass gets lost in the sun, intended for Brendan Strickland, and we have a injured Pioneer, and it looks like that's Damon Ford.
He's grabbing that knee there.
He's walking off on his own power, but Damon Ford did not look like he felt too good on that particular play. So glad that he's able to walk off. He's been a very big focal point about the offense today because he can do so many things for this Pioneer offense.
Right, now we've got a slept-on game here in the SEC. We got Missouri and South Carolina. That's 23 versus 21, and South Carolina is up 7-6. We got Louisville ranked at 19 playing Stanford. They're up 1 point, 14-13. And 22 ranked LSU is playing Florida. They're down 3 points, 10-7.
What quarter is that one in?
That is in the second quarter.
Second quarter,
2 minutes left to go.
4 receivers, trips to the right side right now. Ball is snapped, and we have another switch at the quarterback position as Roeder is back in, and a pass is caught, but I don't know if the receiver stayed in bounds because the official lost his hat. So I don't know if he lost it or is he saying that the receiver did not establish himself in bounds. So it looks like it's no gain on the play, so it will remain 3rd down and 7. Or is it 4th down and 7 now? It is 4th down and 7 right there at the Langston 27-yard line.
Yeah, you see they're going for it, and they bring in a new weapon that we haven't seen. Davian Perkins, 6'2" tight end for Wayland Baptist.
That would have to be number 82 that you're talking about there. So 3 receivers, twins right, Horace in the backfield, and this time Roeder rolling right Going to fire it to the outside. He tried to get the ball in the hands of Josiah Barron. Turnover on downs. It will be 1st and 10 Langston as they did that. So the pass is incomplete. Nice job by the Langston secondary. And a nice conversation is going on right there as Travis Martin is having a nice conversation with Josiah Barron down here on the sideline, to the point where the official had to tell them, it's like, look, guys, you guys don't make dinner plans until the 4th quarter. You know, these guys are having this conversation. You know, their helmets are together. I mean, it's like, look, is that when those old mantras going on here? No, I said we should have ribs. You said we should have chicken. Is that what that is, or is that something else going on there?
I think Barron's just trying to tell Travis Martin how he really feels. I mean, it's been a tough matchup thus far, and they're looking for him.
You took away all the optimism out of my point I was trying to make.
I'm just not too sure if they're really having dinner plans tonight, man. It definitely depends on the outcome of this game.
Going to work right now, and Torrance Bardell is going to complete a pass to Kevin Allen, and Kevin Allen's going to go back a yard. So back to the 21-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and 11. The Lions need to get to the 32-yard line for a 1st down. So Bardell completes another pass to Kevin Allen. Kevin Allen has 6 catches on the day. 6 catches on the day, or make that 7 catches on the day, and for 101 yards and a touchdown. So empty again, trips to the left. Pass in the hands of Kevin Allen, and Kevin Allen's going to get the ball to the 25-yard line.
And these linebackers for Wayland Baptist are doing a better job picking up on this quick game.
All right, so gain of 3. So 3rd down and 7 is where it sits now. So as it goes right now, 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the 3rd. The Lions now go with 4 wide, trips to the left. So now Bardell's going to swing it to the outside, and he does. And nice open field tackle there by Wayland Baptist on that play. Looks like that was number 11, who did a great job on that play. No, that was 23. That was Charles Bell, the freshman who made the play. So 4th down and 2, and the Lions are going to punt this ball away. So they're bringing out Octavio Resendez. And looking at the wind situation, the wind is continuing to gust, but we have not had those 30-mile-an-hour gusts that were here a couple of hours ago. Now, we all know that Oklahoma is expecting some rain later today, so there should be a lot of movement. Octavio Resendez's kick is high, and it's going to be caught. And great job of covering by the coverage team. And they bring him down, and that, of course, is Daquan Green. Going to be cut down right there at about the 29-yard line, but nice open field tackle by number 43 from Langston. That is Ramar Smith, the junior from Lilburn, Georgia, making the play there.
Right, and there was a committee coming with him. We've had some pretty good coverage here on punts. We had one that got away from us, but other than that, do a good job containing them here.
So it would be 1st and 10 now for the Pioneers, and let's see what quarterback they bring in this time, because they have swapped him out, but it looks like we're back with Roeder in control, and Roeder is going to lead it. Pistol formation right now. Actually, is that Roeder and Ponder on the field at the same time?
Your eyes are not deceiving.
So it looks like, so that is Ponder and Roeder on the field at the same time. They were going to do a quarterback-to-quarterback play, but nice job by Armani Wise, the defensive end, caught the fact and read the fact that Roeder came out of the backfield and stayed with him in pass coverage. Armani Wise, the junior, showing you some great decision-making on that play. He chose to stay home, but both quarterbacks were on the field at the same time. That is Ponder and Roeder that was there at the same time.
Right, that was a smart play reading that by Armani Wise, but definitely something to watch there, bringing 2 quarterbacks in on the same play. You've got to beware of the trickery.
So you said Damon Ford was built for it tough. You're not going to say Armani was just Wise because his last name was Wise. You're not going to take that one? I mean, that was a low-hanging fruit pun right there.
It was a little bit. I had to take it.
Going to throw it to the outside. Horace makes the reception, and he's going to lose some real estate on that play as it's a loss of 5 or a loss of 4 back to the 26-yard line. not trying to be corny on that one, but, you know, you said it was a smart decision by Armani, but you wouldn't say he was wise. I was waiting on that.
I tried to slip it in there. I tried to be quick, though.
So 1:54 to go in the third. 21-7 is the score. And going to work right now, four receivers, trips to the right. Ball is snapped. And Broder is going to throw it to the outside. Roder's going to throw it to the outside. Pass incomplete. Isaiah Smith did have a beat on it. So 4th down now, and the Pioneers are likely going to punt this ball.
Right, they tried to neutralize that 4-man rush there with those chop blocks, but ineffective nonetheless.
Again, another conversation Josiah Barron is having with another defensive lineman. I mean, this is going to be some kind of, dinner arrangement later on. I mean, he's inviting Travis Martin. He's talking to Damian Lowry and a couple of the guys up front. So there must be, something's on the brew in terms of dinner plans tonight.
Yeah, a team affair is definitely in order.
Yeah, it could very well be. 1:31 to go in the third. Kick is away. It's a nice booming kick. Nash is going to have to track it down, and the ball is going to go out of bounds right around the 26 or 27-yard line. I'm going to say the 27 is where it bounces out. So 1st and 10, Langston from that spot. The one thing I would like to point out here is the Lions, have scored 21 consecutive points in this game. They do have a touchdown on the board, and you like to see them continue to build on their scoring as you go. So, another second half score is in order. You put points up every quarter. That's what you're supposed to do. It's not – in football, it is important, and you'd like to score on every possession. Is that always logical? No. But putting pressure on that defense and putting pressure on the opposing team offense is an important deal. We also have a penalty here. It's going to be false start against the Lions here. So it will be 1st and 15. Ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line now.
Right.
Make that the 22-yard line.
And besides this penalty here, we haven't had many, but you've got to play clean football. And like we talked about coming out in the second half, you've got to set the tone early. They've done a good job doing that, and you want to sustain it because you don't want to let a team like this hang on in any way, shape, or form.
If for Langston fans, it may not seem like it, but Lions have had 9 penalties today. As that throw and catch to the outside is good, as Bardell completes it to Gerald Martin, who gets about 7 yards on the play, taking the ball out, actually a gain of 4. Ball is at the 29-yard line, 1:03 to go in the third. The Lions on this day have a total of 9 penalties for 87 yards. Conversely, Wayland Baptist, 2 for 39. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Going to work, going to fake it, throw it across the middle. Kevin Allen makes the reception. Kevin Allen's going to be close to 1st down yardage, and it looks like it will be a gain of 11 yards. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston. 32 seconds to go before the end of the third quarter. Langston's been in control of this game, and momentum is on their side. And with the play clock saying 20 seconds and the game clock saying basically the clock is about 2 seconds difference between the game clock and the play clock. So the Lions will not need to run another play. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back for the start of the 4th quarter in just a minute. This is Langston Lion Football, brought to you by LU Athletics, the Block Chronicle newspaper, OERB, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it never fails. Every time I visit this state and talk to the folks in the energy business, I learn something world-changing. The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Let's get back to more Langston Lion football, only on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
As we get ready to start the 4th quarter here, We talked about earlier what kind of team would we see from Langston today. Would they have the fight? Well, the Langston Lions have shown they have the heart. They have shown that they have the gumption. They have the pride to represent the orange and blue and come out here and try to play their best football at the end of the season. Empty set, 5 receivers now. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted at their own 37-yard line. Bardell is going to fire one to the outside, and Kevin Allen goes up and just comes up short of missing that catch. So as it goes here, what was at stake today? So everybody is asking, or we're getting hits online about how do the playoffs work? You know, how we got the playoff, the 12-team playoff in Division I, FBS 1. What do we have at the NAIA? Well, the NAIA has already had a version of a 12-team playoff. In fact, it's 16, more after this play. Going to work now, the pass is going to be thrown at the ground. Bardell unloads it early, throws it at the feet. And so how it stands right now, it's all about the ranking. So they have a top 25, but you got to be in the top 16 to make the postseason. So as it stands in the Sooner Athletic Conference, there were 2 teams that have a chance to go to the playoffs. One of them is a lock. The other one is on the outside looking in going into today. So Texas Wesleyan, the team that beat Langston last week, was ranked number 9. They moved up 2 spots in the poll to number 7. That's important because since they are in the top 8, they get to host a home game next week in the playoffs. Going to work, Bardell's going to throw it. He rolls right. Bardell's going to fire it down the sideline, and that catch is going to be made. Unbelievable sliding catch. Showing the job, Jamarie Hamilton makes the catch for a gain of 16 yards. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. Nice job by Hamilton and nice job by Bardell by extending the play. So one team is surely in unless Texas Wesleyan found a way today to lose against Louisiana Christian. That's likely not going to happen. Texas Wesleyan understands too much is at stake. At most, they might drop 4 or 5 spots, but they likely would still be in the top 16. They've been in the top 16 all season long. A pass to the outside is incomplete as Bardell throws it to the hands of number 81. That is Kamarian Andrews, the senior from Houston, Texas, unable to make the reception. So 2nd down and 10. The team on the outside looking in, sitting at slot 17, that is Ottawa. Ottawa is going to need some help to get in. Ottawa today is taking on Panhandle State in Goodwell, which in their minds is a playoff game. Ottawa needs to come in there and make a statement win today against Panhandle. That game kicked off at noon today, so that game should be in its final stages. We'll have to check to see if we can find a score on that, but that is how that's going to go. Bardell's going to put it to work right now, throwing it across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Looks like he tried to get the ball back in the hands of Kevin Allen one more time. He threw it behind him that time. He and Kevin Allen were on the same page. So Ottawa can get in, and it's important, you know, even though Langston might have lost to both these schools, that they go in and they win. And I'll tell you why. Because when you start talking about the NAIA, it's not the same system as it is when it comes to, there is no bowl committee. You know, this is actually a voting system that works and means it's subjective because there are certain folks who are NAIA raters. So if the Sooner Athletic Conference continues to put players in there, then people will have respect for your conference. And you got the score on that game, do you, Jamin?
Yeah, Ottawa won 55-14 big in Goodwell against Panhandle State.
Tyler Travis turns his body around and makes a catch backwards. Holy cow. I'm not trying to sound like Harry Carey there, but he turned around and made a reception, and they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Such a close call. That was great control, good footwork there by Tyler Travis streaking up the sideline.
The back judge overruled and said the catch was incomplete. They say Tyler Travis was out of bounds. I don't believe it.
Yeah, that would have been a very nice play on 3rd down. Trying to find some connections on offense. We've had some mishaps, and that would have been a great connection.
All right, so back to the playoff situation again. You want the teams from the Sooner Athletic Conference to get in. More importantly, you want them to win a game because when they start taking on the nation's elite teams, and primarily the NAIA championship teams come from 3 areas of the country. talk about that after this play here. Octavio Resendez punts this ball away. It's a high kick, and it takes a Pioneer bounce and will be marked out likely at about the 17 or 18-yard line. The primary areas that continually to win in the NAIA, actually it's just two areas. It is the North and the Southeast, okay? The teams that play in the upper states, where we're talking about like Marion, Indiana, you know, we're talking about those areas of the country, those areas, and then you're talking about Georgia, Florida. Those teams get some unique guys that come floating through the program. You also got teams from the Iowa or from the Big Ten area, a lot of them there. A lot of NAI school get those still big linemen, and they are very effective in running the ball. So going to work right now. What a nice run by Roeder. Roeder is going to run out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. He wisely took a dive so he wouldn't have to take a big hit from Isaiah Smith. Roeder gets up limpy, a little bit gimpy there, and Ponder is getting ready to check in on this next play.
Right, he thought he would get out of bounds, but he ran out enough time. Isaiah Smith was really closing in quick.
So as that goes, so that's the important thing. Right now, in terms of the Sooner Athletic Conference, they have not had a lot of success in the first round. So that bodes well for a Langston when they start looking at a conference. That way, one conference loss or two conference losses doesn't necessarily eliminate you from postseason play, because the Raiders will have more respect for the conference that you're in. Going to work again. Ponder and the running back were not on the same page. Ponder decides to fire one deep, and Travis Martin goes to make a play, and then there's a flag that comes in, and it's going to be done by the, by the field judge on that one.
The flag came in a little late, but pretty sure that's going to be pass interference on Travis Martin.
Again, and they're discussing it, and hopefully they might consider picking up this flag, but we'll see here. And it is going to be pass interference against the Lions there. Travis Martin getting physical with Josiah Barron. And this time Travis Martin's going to get called for the second time today, putting his hands on Barron.
Right, that's tough with your technique when you get physical at the end of the route, at least not looking at the ball but looking at your offender. And when they see that contact, it makes it an easy call for those referees.
So the ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10 Pioneers from the spot. We're in the fourth quarter, 12:48 to go, 21-7 is the score. 4 receivers, trips to the right side right now. Lions are only rushing 4. Ball is snapped, and this time Ponder's dancing, and Damian Lowry meets him at the mount and brings him down. But there is another flag on the play.
Looks like we got a Langston Lion down in some agony here, and that's Armani Wise.
Armani Wise gets up a little gimpy right now. He's able to make it off under his own power. He bounces up. He's tough. He's a football player. 12:41 to go in the game. But the penalty is going to go against the Lions for offsides. So that penalty moves the ball to the Lion 49-yard line right now. Ponder remains the quarterback.
All right, and only up 14. Those penalties are definitely something to watch here.
Yeah, the game's far from over. 14 points is not a tremendously large amount. And the Lions, have scored 21 straight in this game, but they've been quiet. Before things get started right here, the officials blow action, blow the play dead, and they're saying the ball should have been on the, no. So 12:23 on the game clock right now. The officials are conferring on the time and the spot of the ball. So it looks like we're good to go. They've confirmed it. So 12:23 to go left in the game. 21-7 is the score. Another interesting point that I always like to do on the last game of the season, and it's worth talking about here, is I always like, Jamin, to take a look at the preseason rankings and see if the ones who call themselves knowing how the season's going to play out, do they really know what they're talking about? So in this particular case here, I will, just go ahead and let you read that down there, because this is who the ones who cover the Sooner Athletic Conference have predicted will take place this year, who will finish in first place.
Well, they had Ottawa #1, followed by Louisiana Christian at #2, Texas Wesleyan at 3, followed by Langston at 4.
Right there. Stop right there. So right there, that tells you a little bit of something right there by how they thought it was going to go. Ponder's going to fire it to the outside. Pass is too high. He intended to get it in the hands of #8 on that play. That is DeQuan Green. So you're talking about that now. And then when you compare that, the preseason standings to the current standings and where things sit going into today, it's rather interesting. So Ottawa was predicted to more than likely win the conference this year. Texas Wesleyan was picked to finish 3rd. Texas Wesleyan is undefeated, hasn't lost a game all year, and they're #1. Going to work right now. Ponder's going to pull it down, and Ponder with a stutter step and gets past the linebacking crew. Ponder's still on his feet, going to be brought down at the 19-yard line. He put a move and made the linebacker on the outside for Langston look like he was standing in cement shoes. He stunned Jayden Humphrey on that time with a stutter step and a pause and a go. Next thing you know, he's got to chase him down. And the ball will be placed now at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, or at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Pioneers.
Right, sticking and moving. You see as they continue to rotate these quarterbacks here, you see Brian Ponder in the senior, and it's nice to know, or at least to think that they're going to run the ball when he's in the game.
Ponder's going to throw the ball into the end zone this time. Well covered by Martin, and then someone else comes up with it, but they said the pass is incomplete.
We got a defender down in the end zone.
That looks like Travis Martin. No, it's Travis Martin is not the one who's down. Someone else is down, but it looks like that is Xavier Florence in the back of the end zone. It looks like he's holding his leg. The trainer's going to come take a look at him right now. But in that play, there were multiple players in the back of the end zone. You had back there trying to make a play for Wayland Baptist. You had Josiah Barron back there, but also in the back of the end zone, of course, being covered by Travis Martin. And then Xavier Florence was picking up the inside slot guy who was also back there. And somehow Florence came down on a crazy situation. He seems to be okay. He's up on his feet now. A lot of the guys in the coaching staff coming to check on him, including head coach Quentin Morgan.
Right, but, I mean, that was just kind of a go-up-and-get-it ball by Ponder, and that corner of the end zone is so crowded when they jump up to get it. I mean, it's just potential there for an injury. You got so many guys in such a small area.
Right. Now, when we start looking at when we were talking about the rest of the games, the rest of the teams, so Ottawa was predicted to be #1, Louisiana Christian 2, Texas Wesleyan 3, and Langston 4. Comparing that to that, Ottawa actually is 2, so they weren't that wrong on that. If you're 1 or 2, you're not that bad. But Louisiana Christian, they were predicted to be the #2 team in the conference this year. And as it stands today, Louisiana Christian actually is the 7th ranked team in the conference. And that's one of the things that hurt the Lions when a team is predicted to be really good and you lose to them early in the season and it turns out to be that team finished below expectation. It really looks like one of those ugly losses. On the backside, Ponder escapes the pocket and fires one and almost hits Barron, who came across the formation on a deep drag route. Pass incomplete. So it's going to be now 3rd down and 10.
Right, catchable ball as well. You can see Barron in the end zone really wanting that one back.
So that was pretty interesting. They thought Langston would finish 4th, and if the record started before today, Langston would be 4th. But a couple other things are interesting on the back half of that. We talked about the top 4. Langston will finish either 3rd or 4th overall. But as it stands right now, 4 receivers out here for the Pioneers. Pioneers have the ball. They're going to pull it down, and this time trying to get some space, and nothing doing that time. Great open field tackle by James Grace on the tackle. Armani Wise is back on the field now. So list off the bottom half, if you will, in terms of teams and the prediction at the beginning of the year.
Right, and this is interesting. You got Nelson at 6.
Timeout's been called on the field here by Wayland Baptist. They're going to take a chance because they're going to have to go for it on 4th down here.
Right, okay, so our conversation, we have Wayland Baptist at 7, Arkansas Baptist at 8, and Texas College dead last at #9.
Yeah, yes, and if the season stopped today, Texas College is what?
Ranked #3.
Sitting at #3 in the conference. So a lot of times you don't know, and it's just like if I ask anybody, would Indiana be undefeated going into November in the Big Ten and actually have a chance to make the college football playoff at the beginning of the season? I'd ask anybody that, and the answer would be Indiana. They play football?
Right, it'd be a resounding no.
There'd be a resounding no. So Texas College now is a competitive team. But interesting enough, also, you mentioned, you're talking about the bottom half of the league here. Panhandle State is exactly where they thought they were going to be. Nelson College is a little bit lower than what they thought they would be. But Texas College being what they were, and that's why I'm trying to tell everybody, Langston's been dominant. They destroy all these teams, but every year you put on helmets, you put on pads like anybody else, and the afternoon can change quickly. And the back of the end zone, what a back pylon throw, pass, and catch from Ponder into the end zone to Jalen Reed for the touchdown for the Pioneers. Great execution on the play. Ball was snapped. Ponder stepped to the left and threw back on a throwback route, breaking to the corner into the end zone for Jalen Reed for the end zone for the touchdown for all intents and purposes here for Wayland Baptist. What a great job by that young man getting space and separation into the end zone.
Right, and we talked about how things can change from year to year, and we are seeing something change play to play here. It's not a far game at all. Now we have a one-score game at 21-14. Wayland Baptist putting together a great drive offensively.
Yes, and again, aided by a pass interference penalty. And again, this is one of the things that has plagued the Lions all year long. When you start talking about how this game has gone, the Lions, in terms of real estate, 11 penalties today for 107 yards. Those penalties have given new life to the Pioneers overall. You've given them 100 yards of real estate in this game. So, this game right now has the feel of a game you and I called about a month ago when the Lions were taking on Nelson College. The Lions had a lead. They played well, but then with less than 2 minutes to go in the game, Nelson tied it up. And if it wasn't for the heroics that week of Michael Nash on a kickoff return touchdown, this game might have been completely different. So this is how quickly football can really change, and there's really not enough you can say about that. Catch is going to be made at the 34-yard line, at the 32-yard line by number 34 on the return for the Lions, the upbacks. That's Jalen Pelrin. So it'll be 1st and 10 Lions from the 32-yard line. So now in this quarter, the Lions need to put some distance back. It's a 7-point margin, which means anytime Wayland Baptist gets the ball, they have a chance to go ahead and tie this game. Ponder has come off the bench and been sensational for this game overall. If we want to really talk about that in individual performances, Ponder, in terms of completing passes, he really hasn't had that much in terms of success in throwing the ball overall. However, Ponder does have a touchdown on the day now, and he's been 1 for 7 overall. He's only thrown for 17 yards. He's done more damage with his legs overall. When it comes to that, Ponder is the team's leading rusher with 58 yards rushing. Now Tyler Travis gets his chance to make his mark, and he's going to take the ball ahead for a gain of 7 yards. So 2nd down and about 3 yards to go after a gain of 7. 10:22 to go in the game. And this is the part of the game where the Lions need to come out and sustain a drive.
Right. We talk about on the Wayland Baptist side, you bring out a wrinkle that they hadn't really prepared for in bringing Ponder in. So now you really have to lock in. You find yourself offensively trying to find a groove as you did in that first half.
So going back to work, 3 receivers now. Ball in the hands of Tyler Travis. He's going to dance in the middle but not get anywhere. So 3rd down and 3. So in this particular play right now, what I would like to see, go 5 wide and then find somehow, some kind of way, Jamin, quarterback draw from Torrance Bardell.
Right.
Need to get some energy back in there. And Bardell's saying, come on, let's get the play in here now. So Bardell has the call. 20 seconds left to go before the play clock. So plenty of time.
Right, and it's great that you said that because we talk about how dangerous Torrance Bardell can be. But when you get him going in the run game, that establishes some tempo for himself and creating a sense of urgency for the offense.
4 receivers, trips to the left. This time Bardell drops back. He's going to fire the ball over the top and trying to make a one-handed catch. Pass incomplete. Dalen Jordan was the intended target, but I'm not really happy about that call there, and neither is Torrance Bardell. Bardell is asking the question on the sideline, and of course, Quentin Morgan's coming over to talk to him right now, because that was one of those plays there that I think if you release it and let Bardell do his thing that moment, I liked my chances with Bardell. So Octavio Resendez to punt this ball away, and it's a low end over end kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 21-yard line this time, and the ball's going to be returned, and he's still on his feet and brought down at the 25-yard line. Great job there on the return by Daquan Green. So 1st and 10, and there is a flag on the play way back at the Langston 40-yard line. Let's see what the call is here. And if it's, the question will be, if it's against the Pioneers, was it before the punt or after the punt?
Right, there was a lot going on there as Green got that punt. He was cutting back and forth as we've seen him do so well.
So let's see what the call is. Okay, so the penalty is against Langston. And it's illegal hands to, personal foul, illegal hands to the face. So move the ball from the spot, and the ball is automatically now at the Langston 49-yard line. 8:54 to go. And this Pioneer team, which I said at the end of the first half does not quit, is a team with the spark and playing with the quarterback that's getting hot. Ponder, feeling the pressure, eludes the pressure and fires it. Pass incomplete. Ponder was dancing in the backfield, and then a flag comes on the sideline, and I already know what's going to happen here. This penalty is going to be against, the Langston sideline. So there's going to be a conversation. So it's going to be a sideline warning against Coach Quentin Morgan and his staff over there. But needless to say, 2nd down and 10 now. Ponder has been very elusive, evading the traffic. The Lion defense is going to have to do a good job of corralling him. Rush up the field, but don't overextend. You know, take a few steps up, stay in your lane, and don't allow him to get an escape. Ponder's going to put it in the air again. Pressure being applied. James Grace trying to run him down. A throw against the sideline, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Even if the catch had been made, the pass is incomplete. But again, what a job by the D-line. Damian Lowry, James Grace, and also being led and also by number 57, Caruth Wilson, came through making a tremendous play there against that front.
Right, and that's the exact thing that we need. We need to put pressure on Ponder, force them to scramble, extend, and make tough plays. He's a senior. He's improved in making great decisions and not turning the ball over. So look for him to continue that.
3rd down and 10 now, and it couldn't happen at a better time for this Langston team. Going to work right now. Ball to snap. Ponder's going to put it up. Has a receiver open in the flats and decides to fire it outside. Ponder tried to make himself small coming through the lane and then rose up to throw the ball, and he threw it over the head of what would be at that time Daquan Green, who's 5'10", but he needed to be 6'2" to catch that one.
Right, trying to bail his quarterback out there, but that's exactly what the doctor ordered for this Langston defense.
So now it's 4th down and 10, 8:31 to go in the game as the sun begins to set behind the clouds here at Anderson Stadium. Can the Lions muster up a few more minutes of action, put another touchdown on the board so they can find that woman who indicates when the game is over when she sings? But right now, as that stands, she went back to the truck. The Pioneers said, no, don't you're not here yet. We're not done. The Pioneers have played an outstanding game, so really got to give credit to Marcos Hinos, because he's kept his team basically doing what I used to call old school football, which is tree chop. You just keep chopping at the tree, and eventually the tree will fall. So Langston hasn't done anything to strengthen the base of the tree, so Wayland Baptist still thinks if they keep chopping, the tree will fall. So let's see how aggressive, the offense is for the Lions on this possession. 21-14 as it is right now. Lions lead, but they need more security. Demarie Hamilton gets his hands on the ball, and Demarie Hamilton with a little bit of fire in his feet with a gain of 8 yards, maybe 9, as the ball is out to the 28-yard line. Make that the 27-yard line, setting up 2nd down and 1.
Right, that was a nice job offensively, but looking at this Wayland Baptist defense, they've been putting more pressure on this Langston offense, but they elect to go base defense there, and there's success in the Langston run game.
All right, going to work this time. Bardell will have double tight end, 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. That's Hamilton. We have what looks like a cover 1 shell by the Pioneers, and this time Hamilton's going to get his call, going to take the ball out to the 31 or 32-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston. The Lions need to generate a little bit more energy and go ahead and move these sticks. Keep them moving, keep the energy going. Now, I understand the need to do 2 things in this. And the 2 goals you want to accomplish on this drive, take down the clock, Jamin, and put points on the board.
Right. Seems like it's off to a good start here with Demarie Hamilton having the hot hand.
Double tight, 2 receivers, twins to the left. Ball snapped. Hamilton gets his number called again. Blast through the line with a nice gain of a couple of yards, maybe 3 on the play.
And one thing we've seen him do is continue to move forward, continue to turn and run and lean forward to get all the extra yards possible.
2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 8. And if you've listened to any of the broadcasts, you would have Gary Woods, the coach in the box, standing up and clapping his hands right now after that comment. He is a big proponent. Fall forward, get in the hole, find the fit, and then make the hit. Hit the accelerator. So coming through, double tight, twins left. Ball is snapped, and this time they're going to give it to Hamilton. Hamilton's dancing. Hamilton gets another couple of yards now as Laudermilk makes the tackle for the Pioneers. So it sets up 3rd down and will almost be 5 yards. So the Lions are going to need to get a 1st down here, and I strongly think that's a great idea. So the Lions are going to change personnel. Hamilton checks out, as does number 28 for Langston. That is Landon Green, the other running back. So we've gone with the full pass package here. And I know nobody wants to hear me say it. Go 5 wide, let Bardell run it.
Hey, but you see, here it goes here. That might be an option here. We know that they're going empty. We've had so much success there, but we haven't seen Torrance Bardell take off like he was in the 1st quarter.
2 seconds. Ball is snapped. The Lions just get it off, and Bardell decides to run, then flips it ahead to Rorick Hawkins, and Hawkins fights ahead, and it looks like it will be just enough. It is. It's going to be a gain of 7 yards. Bardell looked like he was going to run it and then flip the ball ahead to Rorick Hawkins, and it will be a 1st down. Sir, kindly please move those chains. 1st down, Langston at the 44-yard line.
Right, good job reading the whole field. It did look like he wanted to take off, but he had a couple defenders there ready for him too. So that's a good job finding all his receivers across the field.
Also, got to give credit to Torrance Bardell. His body language also assisted in throwing off the Pioneers because he looked extremely frustrated because the ball couldn't get snapped, and they were paying attention to that as opposed to what he was doing. Bardell again is going to do a quarterback run play, and this time he's going to get pulled out of bounds. Bardell pounces up, and then after that, some flags come in as the Lions defense took exception to Wayland Baptist being very physical with Torrance Bardell at the end of the play. So we'll have to see here exactly what the officials are going to call here. Because to me, Bardell got thrown down. You could have made an argument there for, personal foul. But we know that the fisticuffs, and it was just more pushing than it was anything else, by the Lions sideline after you throw down my quarterback.
Right. I mean, now we got a big problem. First we had a problem. Now we got a big problem.
Don't toss my quarterback. And the penalty, of course, is going to go against Langston. Personal foul. And that's going to march this ball back all the way to it's a dead ball penalty. And so it will be inside the 35 at the 33. The Lions have to get to the Pioneer 47 for a first down. So the Lions are going to have to change personnel now. So second down and what will be easily 22 yards to go. Right. Double tight end, 2 receivers. 14 seconds on the clock, on the play clock. 4:20 to go on the game clock. The Lions just got to be smart here. And going to give the ball to Hamilton, who dances in the middle of the field, is going to be brought down after a minimal gain. Gain of maybe 1.
Right, and you see the vision there as you need a big chunk play. You stack the line, you bring in Landon Green to hold on the edge to the right side. On the left side, you keep the tight end in and just hope you can create a big enough hole for Demario Hamilton to hit, but doesn't quite hit as they scheme that up.
3:45 to go in this game. Langston has 18 seconds before they have to snap the ball. And this is an important play here because Wayland Baptist has a chance to get it back. We're going empty, 5 wide, trips right. Bardell's going to fire it down the middle of the field, and the catch is almost caught, but incomplete, intended for Gerald Martin. So with that, it's 4th down and long. So again, Octavio Resendez trots out on the field. The Pioneers will get another shot at this. Langston has led. Basically, they had put up 21 straight points in this game. They had put up 21 straight before Wayland Baptist got the first 7 points of the 4th. Octavio's kick is away, and it's a good kick. It drives Green back, and he's trying to get to the outside as a flag is going to be thrown on the play. He's reversing field position and is finally going to be run out of bounds. Nice job. And again, a nice little conversation on the sideline here. And so going to work here. So Damian Lowry talking about other players. Hey, don't have to say anything to them. There's no need to do all the extra chatter, but there are multiple flags on the field. So it looks like this is going to be a penalty against Langston. Now, hopefully they're offsetting penalties because there's 2 on the field. So let's see what the call effectively is.
It's a lot to unpack right now.
Yes. So let's see. Looks like we might have a situation of offsetting penalties. Holding against Wayland Baptist is one of the penalties. Okay, so it was all the same call. Holding against Wayland Baptist. So from the 21-yard line, it's going to put the ball at the 11. So 1st and 10 for Wayland Baptist, effectively 89 yards away from tying this game with 3:10 to go. Now, as crazy as this sounds, this is a different Wayland Baptist team since Ponder has been out there. But Ponder has only completed 1 of his 10 pass attempts. So Ponder, if he's going to be out there, he's going to run the ball, and that's exactly what he does, taking the ball out for a gain of 15 out to the 25-yard line.
Right, and you've got to pick up on it. I mean, he's done it so much in the second half. That's just one of those in-game adjustments as a defense you have to make.
Ponder now has got 70 yards rushing in the game, and that has been the spark that has changed the team changed the game plan for Langston.
Absolutely.
They were interested in taking on a pocket passer. In this particular situation, Ponder is a run-first, pass-second quarterback. Ball is going to be thrown across the middle. Ponder is going to drop it down, and the catch is going to be made by Barron, and he's going to be forced out of bounds after a gain of 7 or 8 yards. And he gets out of bounds. 2.5 to go, and this drive started at the 11-yard line. It will be a first down for the Pioneers now at the 34. They are driving and moving the needle now, Jamin.
Right, and there's so many things they could do at this point with the offense. You still have Strickland out wide that we've seen make plays. You have Green that we've seen in the kicking game do stuff as well. We haven't heard from Ford and Jalen Reed coming off of that touchdown.
So 4 receivers, trips to the right. Ball is snapped. And Ponder, before things get started, there is a penalty, and it will be false start against the Pioneers.
Right, and they've been playing clean thus far.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the 4th penalty of the game for Wayland Baptist. Langston is sitting at 13 penalties for 137 yards.
Right, hate to see it, and as you mentioned earlier, those all play a factor in the position that they're in now with 2 minutes left in this game.
So that penalty is going to move the ball back to the 29-yard line, but they're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock. So they put 3 seconds on it, so they're going to wind this whole thing, and if they're not set to go, and so that will be the 2-minute warning. Now, Wayland Baptist effectively has 2 timeouts left. So we'll be back for the dramatic conclusion of this one in just a minute. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Tinker Federal Credit Union, and OERB.
Time to work on your gift list with Black Friday deals at the Home Depot. Right now, get a select tool from top brands like Ryobi and Milwaukee for free when you buy a select battery kit. Choose from reciprocating saws, multi-tools, sanders, and more. Whether you're stocking up on power for your personal workshop or grabbing the perfect gift for someone else's. Get Black Friday tool deals delivered from the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Let's get back to more play-by-play Langston University football. Only on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Final 2 minutes are set. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call here. The sun has made a resurgence here, folks. It looked like it was going to set, but a little bit of sunlight has broken through here at Anderson Stadium. 7-point game with 2 minutes to go. The Pioneers at their own 29-yard line. Ponder's going to throw the ball deep and has a receiver, and it's going to be caught. He's going to get it to the end zone. There's no flags. Into the end zone goes Barron for a Pioneer touchdown, and we're all going to be tied up if this extra point is true. Ponder has completed only his 2nd pass of the game, and that is amazing. I mean, we're talking about Ponder's having the type of game Tim Tebow had in the NFL. He may not have completed all the passes you need him to make, but Ponder has made the passes that he's needed to make. And just like that, the Lions find themselves an extra point away from having to dig deep again. The Pioneers have scored what looks like could be 14 straight points. No, they're going for the win, folks. Ponder is going for the win right now. Coach Marcos Hinos has got the offense on the field for Wayland Baptist right now. And they're going to call a timeout.
Talk about displaying confidence right there. They call a timeout, maybe just to see what Langston
well,
is going to do.
Well, remember, this is the exact same setup as it was for Nelson just a month ago. The situation in that game was the Lions led the entire game in that one. And then in the last 2 minutes, they scored and went for 2 and took the lead by 1.
Right, it's just very unfortunate here for this Langston Lion team now. Your back is against the wall. You still got 2 timeouts left, so you have an opportunity to get the ball back, but you're not working with a lot of time.
No, and the time will be your biggest enemy here. The Lions have got to find a way here to deny the 2 points. If they do, then you got to come back, because then Wayland Baptist has to use their time, consider using their timeout, and you got to get 1 first down. 1 first down, and you're going to be in a position to put this away.
Right.
So this is the play right here, folks. This basically could easily be the ball game right now. Fans are ready, trying to cheer on the Lions. Ball is up. Ponder has a person in the flat. He's going to be caught, and he's going to be denied the end zone, and they're saying it's no good. The Lion defense holds. The Lion defense holds. He will not get into the end zone.
Man, and that was a close call there. Ponder, he throws it to that out route.
Here's the situation. Ponder rolled left, but he was late on delivering the ball. If he turns and throws it early, the guy walks into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. But if you replay it and you're watching on PPBC TV, the Ponder rolls left. He sets his feet and then tries to telegraph a nice touch pass. But that extra time gave the Lion defense to get around him when he caught it.
Right, and the extra time is everything in that play and just for the duration of this game.
So the Lions avert sudden disaster, and once again, the defense, when a play was needed and something needed to happen, leave it to the guys wearing blue and orange to come through and make a play today. But this is not over yet. I'm looking down on the field right now, and down there, right there, Joe Frankenberg, the special teams coach for Langston, is telling his team to have a good, be ready for the onside kick, all right? And also, somebody's got to cover the middle of the field. Now, last night, I'm covering high school football. I saw one of the best executed onside kicks I've ever seen by the Millwood Falcons yesterday. They huddled the team up. As the kick is gone and the Lions recover. Great job there. What they did last night was the team is huddling up, but while they're huddling up, the kicker just goes and kicks the ball. The other team wasn't expecting it at all because it looks like they were still huddling up, hadn't moved into formation. So they were able to recover, not an easy, because there's no such thing as an easy onside recover. However, it was executed well. So this time, Wayland Baptist does what we usually see from kickoffs. Everybody lines up like a normal kickoff, and then the kicker tries to kick the ball the opposite direction.
Right, you got to find a way to stall that receiving team in any way you can.
To delay them from finding it. But nonetheless here, the Lions are in victory formation with 1:49 to go. They're a first down away, but they've got to run the ball here at some point. So they're going to give the ball to Tyler Travis. He tries to bounce it to the outside. Tyler Travis runs. He's at the 40, and he runs out of bounds after a gain of 8 yards.
Does a good job getting outside.
I mean,
that
he
backfield.
runs outside, but it stops the clock.
Right. Want to see him stay inside.
You didn't make Wayland
run that clock down.
You didn't have to give Wayland a chance to do that. Now Tyler Travis hit the Jets to get to the outside, but the most important thing wasn't necessarily to get outside. I know you wanted the gain of 8.
Right.
The most important thing was to stay in bounds after whatever they got you and gave Wayland a chance to blow the timeout. Double tight twins left. Ball the snap. Tyler Travis gets his call again. He tries to bounce it to the outside. This time he stutter steps to the inside of the middle of the field, and he will get a first down, and the Pioneers try to force him out of bounds, but the clock will continue to run. And this time, timeout called by Wayland Baptist. The Lions get a first down, so, sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. Ball now at the Pioneer 29-yard line with 1:23 to go. So the clock is running. Was there a timeout called or was there not a timeout called?
I don't believe so. Clock is running, though, as it should.
So the clock is running. 1:09 to go. So the clock stopped only to move the chains.
Right.
So they're going to see here if they can get a stop here. Ball is snapped, and they're going to give the ball, and being brought down in the backfield that time is number 32, True Booker, with the carry.
Met by Jeremiah Isaac Jr.
So we're under a minute to go, and Wayland Baptist is not calling timeout here. Kind of surprised. You know, that really blew my mind. because to me, you got a timeout in. He stepped out of bounds. You at least make them get to third down.
Right. It's almost like he's accepting what's to come. But
so now victory formation for the Lions. 10 seconds on the play clock. 20 seconds, and this will be the final snap of the game. And the Lions will be victorious here on Senior Day and win the football game, the final game of the season, by the score of 21-20. We will take a minute break and then come back for the LU postgame report in just a minute. This is Langston Lion Football.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows. And save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere, for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC+. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's PHILO.tv.
Time for more reaction. The LU Postgame Show.
Yes, it is. We are here at Anderson Stadium. And the Lions have won the final game of the season by the score of 21-20. And, Jamin, I'm still, I'm not here trying to be ugly, but I'm kind of surprised that Wayland Baptist elected not to use that last time out. It's the last game of the season. To me, you go down using everything you can to give yourself a chance to win. Now, you went for it down here. You go for 2. It's questionable whether you got it or not, okay? We know that there's not been a use of instant replay in this game at any stretch of the imagination today, because there was calls that I would have loved to have seen what would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I got to ask the question, to you. Do you feel the same way I do about the surprise on that call?
I do. You don't want to leave anything on the table. You need to unleash anything you can, because this is the end of the season. You fought so hard to get back in this game in the second half, and you already went for 2, but that's no need to just sit down. That's more means to go at it and try to take any other opportunity you can with seconds expiring. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for what you're saying today. When we look at the total totality of everything that we've looked at today, I thought the Lions were a little conservative in the second half, or more than a little bit. I thought they came out in the third quarter with an aggressive mentality, but they did not finish the last game of the year with the flair that I thought they probably should. But at the end, when that line, as they say, that line of demarcation came, that moment that you had to rise up and make a play, the Lions defense made the play happen that they needed to do. Right, I agree 100%. They had some flash there with the Kevin Allen coming out, throwing the football, just a lot of misdirection, using a lot of motion. But they tried to rely heavily on that run game, and we just had some misconnections there in that second half. But when it came down to it, the defense held up strong. Yeah, and I don't want anybody thinking that I am insulting at all to Brian Ponder at all. He did such a great job today changing how this game was played. Brian Ponder's numbers will not blow anybody away. He was 3 of 12 for 25% of his passes for 98 yards, but he completed 2 touchdowns. 71-yard was that 1 touchdown pass play he had to, of course, Barron. Barron finished the day for the Pioneers, 5 catches for 131 and 2 touchdowns overall. Rushing the ball, Ponder, he might have thrown for 98, but he ran for 71. That's
doing my math, that's over 150 yards of total offense. So it was impressive overall. When we start talking about team statistics and looking at the numbers that they have right there, hey, looking at this number clearly, they ran the ball for 139, and they passed the ball for 202 for a total of 341 yards of total offense. And a statistic that proved to be true by you, you said if the Lions hold them under 200 yards rushing,
they win the game.
They win the game. And that happened today overall for that. The Lions, as a team today, 140 yards rushing, 1 yard better than the Pioneers overall, and they passed the ball for 317 yards. What an outstanding game overall for Torrance Bardell, as the Lions will run and eclipse 70 plays for 457 yards, averaging about 6.5 yards per play. And those numbers were great overall. When we start talking about individual performances today, Jamin, and you're talking about the Lions, Torrance Bardell's numbers will read as this: 21 of 41, 51% of his passes were completed, 303 yards, only one touchdown on the day. But you'll take a 300-yard as your last game, or however you want to look at it, any way you can get it. Looking at things from the receiving eyes, we had a record-breaking performance today by Kevin Allen as he became the single-season, what we call single-season yards in the season record holder, breaking the record set by Jimmy Early Jr. in 2004 for 931 yards. So what a great job overall by Kevin Allen. Congratulations to him for getting the job done as it stands right now. Then looking at things from the other standpoint, Tyler Travis had 2 catches for 58 yards, and I'm sorry that he did not get that one on that sideline there as the game came to an end, because that was going to be an amazing one overall. As far as I'm concerned.
Indeed, that was nice to stay in bounds, turn around, and toward to the football.
Dalen Jordan made himself a great play overall. 3 catches for 50 yards, 16.7 yards per catch today. Not to see him get his action in there. And Tyler Travis, when it was all said and done, ran a ball 11 times for 76 yards and a touchdown, and that was one of the big plays overall in the game. So we got to give it up to him overall for that. So I don't think you and I have to have a meeting or anything about that, about the Lion player of the game. I think it's going to have to be, even though Bardell's numbers were great, it has to be one guy and one guy in particular.
I mean, a record-setting performance by Kevin Allen. He's accomplished a feat that hasn't been seized in 20 years. So go out and finish your career essentially with such a good game and walk away with the record is something that must be commended.
Yeah, automatically. Now, for those who are also keeping stats on Torrance Bardell finished today with, let me just go ahead and add up his numbers. He came into today with 2,432 yards, and he's going to finish today with 2,705 yards passing the ball. That will be second all-time in single-season passing record. The one record that he wasn't able to touch was by the great Jalen Lowe. He was a, what you want to call it, National Player of the Year finalist for Langston back in 2018. That was 3,040 yards. Bardell came in today 608 yards away from that. He's going to finish only 300-something yards short of that. That's going to be an amazing record. So Torrance Bardell having that record, if this is his last time. And that's the question you have to ask about this team. Where does the future lie? Because as this Langston team season comes to an end, they will finish this record at 6-4 this year. It will be 3 consecutive seasons now that the Lions have finished with the record of 6-4. The 2022, 23, and 24 season all have the same record. The Lions have not been above 7 wins since 2021. And the last time they finished with more than 7 wins, we got to go back to 2019. So there will be those who want to question whether this team has questioned the coaching staff of this team, will question the players of this team. But I'm here to tell you right now, anytime that you lose a offensive coach to a dramatic situation at the beginning of the season, you have to rally the troops to pull through. I think it's noteworthy that not that the season is a mulligan, because you are always judged by the record that you have, but to overcome the adversity that they did at the end of the season, Jamin, I still say to finish with a winning record, there's something the Lions still need to be proud of.
Right. This coaching staff and this team has had to overcome a lot, especially with that happening in the beginning of the season. Really didn't know where it was going to go, but this team has been resilient. Yes, they've made some mistakes in between the lines, but they found ways to overcome those things and still pull out some great wins and fantastic performances.
So as we get out of here, we'll start broadcasting basketball games as soon as Monday. For those who are interested to know, we will be broadcasting the men and women's game here on the campus of Langston University against Southwestern this coming Monday. Pregame will start around 5:45. It will be at 6 o'clock. You can watch that game on PPBC TV. Also, the game will air on the radio on KINB on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. That's coming up this coming Monday. So I'm going to get out of here so everybody can enjoy an evening. The Lions are victorious and will finish the season with a record of 6-4, ending the 2-game winning streak, and the seniors get to salute with the win. And congratulations once again to Kevin Allen, the single-season single-season yards record holder. Congratulations to him. He's Jamin Dawson. I'm Maurice Prince. Want to thank our on-staff production team. That is Langston Shirley, of course, C. Neal here in studio, our cameraman Pascal and Morgan on the outside, and in the studio holding us down is Large Father. Let's enjoy our Saturday nights, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. L's up. It's Langston Lion Football, sponsored by LU Athletics, the Black Chronicle newspaper, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Tinker Federal Credit Union, OERB. Good night, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and it's
listening to Langston University football. Now, it's time for the programming. We're Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
The technology here is bleeding edge, and so is the focus on the environment. As for the people, they're among the smartest, most innovative, most talented workers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting anywhere. They're busy keeping our modern life going. Not a bad career choice, if you ask me. See their stories at oerb.com/micro.